Yeah. Oh my goodness. Banter in the gallery. Yeah! What's cracking, baby? How the flip are you?
Got these stupid barriers they put in their own head. You gotta resist those goddamn things because they don't do you any good, and they certainly define the potential in a negative way. Self-serving, and it's not even real. This idea that there's no way to get past the starting block today is just ludicrous. It's crazy, and it's just this poor thinking. And people that are trapped in bad situations, one of the problems is you feel like this is your future. You feel like you're fucked. You can't get out of that. There's no hope. There's no light at the end of the tunnel. There's no. And if you feel like that alone can be incredibly defining and limiting. But if you look at yourself objectively and say, I kind of am fucked here. I'm in credit card debt. I'm working in a shitty job. I don't like what I'm doing. But I have some ideas. I need to feed those fucking ideas. I need to feed them and water. I need to set aside a certain amount of time every day to just try to make those things happen. Every day. To just try to make those things happen. Every day. To just try to make those things happen. Every day. You can do that.
You can do.
Shit that's difficult. Every day. Every day. Do shit that's difficult. Every day. You can do that. Do shit that's difficult. Every day. Every day. Do shit that's difficult. It's very important to struggle. If you look at someone who's doing really well, like very famous and successful, all you see is him now, flying around private jets, wearing a new pair of sneakers every day, driving around in Bentleys. You just see that. You don't see him being a young kid in Philadelphia going to open mic nights. There's a progression that you're not witness to. You don't see it. And that takes place in everything. It takes place in office, in comedians and musicians. There is a starting point, and with time and focus, as long as you reevaluate and reassess and constantly, objectively look at what you're doing and then pursue it with passion and focus, you get better at things. There's always going to be people that are luckier than you. Some of it is luck, and some of it is courage. Some of it is putting your ass out there. Some of it is trying things. One of the things that I always like to tell people that I think you should do is do shit that's difficult. It's very important to struggle.
Muy importante.
Do shit that's difficult every day. Every day. Do shit that's difficult every day.
You can do that.
Do shit that's difficult every day. Every day. Do shit that's difficult. It's very important to struggle.
What? Saturday, baby, Saturday Night Live. Saturday night we live. Is that Meaningwave live? Yeah, I stand. I stay in.
Things you
we're in.
Success. I think failure gives you an opportunity for self-examination and also gives you a feeling that is very uncomfortable. And that very uncomfortable feeling helps you grow. And don't look at these failures as proof that you suck. Look at them as opportunities for growth. And don't look at these failures as proof that you suck. Look at them as opportunities to be motivated to do better.
Do better, fool!
Do shit that's difficult.
Yeah.
Every day. Do shit that's difficult. Every day.
You can do that.
Do shit that's difficult.
Every day.
Every day. Do shit that's difficult. It's very important to struggle. Do shit that's difficult. Every day. Do shit that's difficult. Every day. And do that. Do shit that's difficult. Every day. Do shit that's difficult. It's very important to struggle.
What? Oh man. Where's my mullet gone?
Life doesn't have enough of that.
This is crazy.
You don't get to know yourself without struggle. Know your boundaries unless you push them. You don't get to know who you are really unless you're tested.
Well, goodness me. Welcome to the show. I'm Akira the Don. If you're watching this live, you'll be like, hey, Akira, why is half of your mullet gone? And let's see. If I just yank at the back of my head. Oh my goodness. Wow, this is more difficult than I thought it was going to be. My mullet is completely disappeared. This is an outrage. All right, everybody in the chat, I want you all to pray for the mullet right now. Praying works. Very important to pray when you want things to happen. Pray for the mullet, and maybe it will come back. Maybe it won't. What if there's no mullet? What if I had no mullet? What kind of a Don would I be? Oh! You fucking little weird thing. Oh, Jesus Christ. A strange flying creature just appeared. Hey, but the mullet's back. So I guess the flying creature is connected. We're back. We're in the house. All right, we're good. Everything's gonna be okay. We got a mullet. We got a mullet. We got a strange flying creature. The chat is now on the screen. I'm having major problems with my computer Dora because I've been rendering a video for days. days. It's almost halfway through. It's almost halfway through rendering this very large video, but it keeps. Yeah, it doesn't like it, man. My computer, and it's not all this computer that's doing the rendering is doing. It's got my chat window on it. It doesn't even like doing that, frankly. I have other computers doing other things, you know. I have this computer playing music. That one over there is sending the stream out. This one here is showing me other information, like the fact that XX Maddog had his chat not posted. He's always having his chat not posted. Always XX's chats are not being posted. YouTube is holding them back. I don't know what XX says on other streams, you know, but something that YouTube algorithm anti-chat motherfucker. Yeah, anyway, shouts out to everyone locked in. It's a beautiful day to be alive. How are you? How are you all? What's going on? What's the word around town? I don't know anything. If there's been any news, if there have been any major attacks, if any major presidents have gone full-blown Adolf, anything, if anything like that has happened, I don't know. I've been otherwise engaged. So feel free to tell me the events. What are the events? What's happened? Fill me in, loyal Meaningwave autonomous zoners. Gang, giggity gang. What's been going on in the world as you experience it? The world as you experience it, and we won't say the world, because what the fuck do we know about the world? You know what I mean? What is it? Peterson asked if you believed in God. Says, well, it depends what you mean by God. You ask me about the world, I say, well, it depends what you mean by the world. You know what I mean? The world, what is the world if not, a bunch of sneaky weirdos, sort of Byzantine telescope into a set-dressed room around the back of a creepy Hollywood lot that they've all been trying to get you to pay attention to for so many years. The world. Don't get me started. Shecky is in the house. Hello, Shecky. Says it's 100 degrees hot in California today. Well, shouts out to California. I lived there once, I remember now. Oh, yes, I did. Feels like so long ago now. Yeah. It doesn't seem to have changed very much. A number of people that I know, know on the internet or whatever. Some of them I know, some of them I know on the internet. I've been in California this week. I've been seeing pictures of various people's exploits and adventures, and it doesn't seem to have changed very much. Hollywood Boulevard is still a disgusting shithole. Full of the same creeps and weirdos it always was. You know, God bless. Although some of them are missing. I guess some of them died, you know, as happens. I mean, they're very... The life expectancy of a Hollywood Boulevard inhabitant is pretty low. You know, they had a very famous, relatively famous Superman once. I remember him, and I remember when he was absent. You know, he was there. He was in pretty good shape. Then the crack really started to get a hold of him. You know, and next thing you know, he'd sold his Superman suit. You know. Shouts out to Salvo. Salvo was in Hollywood yesterday, going to war with some deaf noodle or something, some kind of strange creature, and had a wonderful time and did very well in doing so. Congratulations. Congratulations, young Salvo, you bad motherfucker, you. I don't know if Brandon Buckingham is there right now, if he's on his way or something. I don't know. Something's going on in LA. There's a certain kind of internet person that trades in a kind of strange dance of drama. There's all these people and they sort of dance around and kind of have weird kind of fights with each other. Some of that is translating into actual physical confrontations in arenas, as we talked about the other day. Shouts out to Sam Hyde. Shouts out to KSI for platforming Sam Hyde, which is very brave of him. And that's all. But is it brave? Because all you have to worry about is like those 15 purple-haired weirdos on Twitter who moan about everything. Once you realize that, like, things aren't that difficult. It isn't that scary. I think that's the thing. You know, anyway, shouts out to all of that lot. Shouts out to all the people engaging in their strange internet drama for the entertainment of the people. Are you not entertained? I don't know. I don't know. I personally haven't engaged with matters of meaning and matters of self-injury. I couldn't walk at all yesterday. After Thursday's self-inflicted injury, I actually could not walk yesterday. Yesterday, I was confined to my quarters and I managed to hobble down here for 10 minutes to like put on another video render. So it's fine. Sometimes God takes you out of the game for a moment for some reflection. For some reflection, some self-reflection, some all sorts of reflection. If God didn't take me out of the game every now and again, I would never reflect. You know what I mean? I'd just be doing things. Sometimes God be like, yo, sit your ass down and think. Reflect. What is going on? All right, fine. You know what I mean? So I had some reflect. It was good. It was useful. I got a lot done with the reflect. Put together a bunch of job proposals and things for people. I've got to hire loads of people. I'm going to be emailing lots of people. Hello, Pixie. Says all the ducks are swimming in the water. Splish splash, splish splash. XX Mathog says I'm a beast, I'm a dog, I'm a motherfucking goblin. Okay, you're a beast, but what's a beast to a goblin? Huh? I think the line was I'm a beast, I'm a dog, I'm a motherfucking problem. And you go, okay, you're a beast, but what's a beast to a goblin? That was Lil Wayne. He was comparing himself to a goblin. Goblins are scary. You don't know what they're up to. You don't know what they want. You don't know what they're going to do, and they're going to grab you by the nutsack and yank. You know what I mean? A regular beast doesn't do that. A goblin does. You don't know what a goblin's going to do. They might get up inside your filing cabinet and fuck things up. They might go in your Evernote and find, like, notes that you wrote when you were drunk and send them to your relatives and friends. Goblins. You don't know what they want. They don't seem to want anything other than, you know, to cause problems. Goblin problems. Shouts out to my hoodie. It's partly disappearing into space. And that's just beautiful. You can get this from Meaningwave.com in case you're wondering. Meaningwave.com, because happiness is a side effect of meaning. And I got my in-ear monitors in, you know, so I don't look like a big headphone-headed nerd. You know, and they're tucked down the back of the hoodie. And it all feels very nice and professional. How are you? Oh no, not the filing cabinet, said someone. Beeblebrox82. I know, right? My filing cabinet is in Texas. So I don't even have one. I don't worry about a filing cabinet, because I don't got one. My wife is insistent on getting our files delivered, sent to Mexico. I don't want them! But I suppose we must have them. We must have files, brothers and sisters. There must be files in the world. Otherwise, how would you know what had happened and what was going to happen? I don't know. Michael Clownington, the world can stop time, or so I hear. Matthew Felty says, the Taylor Hawkins tribute concert was awesome. Oh my goodness. That was in London, right? Oh, we're there too. I believe there was one at Wembley Arena. They were doing one, right? And then they were doing another one somewhere else. And I only know this because I ended up on Brian May from Queen's Instagram page for no good reason yesterday while researching something or the other. I think someone I'd worked with was doing something with him, and I was like, oh my goodness, I wonder what Brian May from Queen's Instagram page looks like. You know when you like remember old people, you know, you're like, I wonder what that... You know, last time I saw Brian May, he was playing guitar with Five. Five are a boy band. This was like 20 years ago, and he was old then. It was like, oh my goodness, this old motherfucker coming on stage to do a guitar solo with Five. And it was very cool and fun. If you don't know Five, is that what they were called? They had a song, Slam Dunk the Funk, put it up when you got that feeling, Slam Dunk the Funk. You know, I think they were called Five. They were like some urchins, you know. They used to be boy bands. Once there was boy bands, once upon a time. And they were like Ken dolls marketed towards teenage girls. And then you started getting like urchin bands that were marketed towards like teenage girls who lived on council estates and didn't like the guys that were too Ken dollish because they were, you know, they were rowdy little chicks, you know. They came out of their mothers straight just banging Thunderbird, you know what I mean? They came out of their mothers wearing puffer jackets and sovereign rings, fist fighting, those sorts of girls, and they needed their own boy bands, so they invented like urchin bands, and that was like E17 was one of them. They were a really good urchin band, and Five was another one, you know. And they'd get rowdy little lads from around the back of the fire escape, and they'd be round the back there smoking fags, you know. That's a British thing. It means you know, tobacco. It doesn't mean shooting gays. That's not what it means. It means smoking tobacco cigarettes, smoking fags, you know. I wonder if the stream just got cancelled. Did the stream get taken down? Anyway, they'd find him. They'd go look around the back of like the fire escape or wherever, and they'd find some urchins smoking fags, and then they'd test if any of them could break dance. And if like two of them could break dance, they'd go, all right, fine, you're a boy band now. You're called Digit or whatever, and then they'd you know, that would be that. Then they'd horsewhip him, and they'd put him to work. And some of them did very well. And they got to do things like have Brian May from Queen come and play a guitar solo at their live experience. Very good. And then what had happened is a lot of them would, you know, they'd get a bit older and they'd get past the phase of delicately balancing a hat on the side of their head, which is what they were mainly concerned with for the first couple of years of their careers. And then they'd get really into, you know, booze. They'd get really into narcotics. They would get involved with dramas with paparazzi, like all that stuff Kanye got into. Like the urchin bands were doing that real hardcore back in the day, you know. They would like run over photographers, fucking reverse over them again on the way out. They'd buy mansions, you know, in posh bits of London where everyone else had their money for generations, you know. And we talked about this before. They don't like incursions, you know. So they don't like it when an urchin gets rich and then moves in next door, you know what I mean? So then they would all get together to destroy the urchin and have him removed from society. Oh my goodness. So shouts out to the urchin boy bands. You don't have them anymore because what's happened now is sort of contemporary music has collated and everything has come together, and now the sorts of acts that they market towards children, which they used to have to, you know, not swear and things like that, and they used to have to retain a certain level of PG friendliness, that's all gone out the window. They don't bother with that anymore. Now the girls that have been marketed towards the girl singers that have been marketed towards little children, they recruit them all in strip clubs, you know, and they say, don't worry about changing your ways or anything. We want you to keep doing exactly what you were doing, but we need you to pretend that we need you to sing a bit while you're doing it or whatever. And similar with the guys, they find all the guys in strip clubs as well, and they do the same thing. And then they put them on at the MTV Music Awards with like giant ass sculptures They get a giant ass sculpture and they put everyone next to the giant ass sculpture and they say, "Here, children, aspire to this. Aspire, small child, aspire to this giant ass sculpture." I don't know what the children think. I have not spoken to them. I have not spoken to the children that watch those things because I don't know any of them, because all the kids I know don't watch that bullshit. You know what I mean? They like Bendy and the Ink Machine, and they like YouTube things that are for them. And they like their own music, which is about things they're interested in, like weird video games and tag. And if they like boy bands or boy band affiliated stuff, it's stuff from the 80s. This is why Rick Astley is so huge. Small children love Rick Astley. They love Rick Astley. They love Never Gonna Give You Up. They love Never Gonna Give You Up. You know, they're not really interested in the giant ass sculptures. They find that weird and cringe. They tell me, I talk to them. I have one. I have a small child. He's got friends. I talk to them. They sometimes encounter this stuff and they find it weird and cringe. You know what I mean? And that's correct. It is weird and cringe. I was speaking to Hercules, my son, the other day. He said, "Oh yeah, what were you doing with your little homies?" He went to jiu-jitsu, and then him and his little homies went to the park afterwards, and they were spying on teenagers. Herc said, "It's one of my favorite things to do, Dad, is spy on teenagers." Says you're never gonna know what they're gonna do, and they were spying on one teenager, and it. He was trying to like get together with a lady, this teenager, and apparently he did, and apparently Hercules and his little friends in the bushes or whatever sort of burst into applause and were cheering this lad. And apparently the lad's move to like get with the girl, you know, do the Smallville get the kiss thing, was he looked at his phone. He had his phone in his hand, this kid, apparently, this teenager, and he kind of feigned sadness. He went, "Oh." And the girl who he'd been sort of talking and flirting with and trying to get together with, he sort of like threw himself upon her, and she reciprocated, and then they smooched. Hercules' theory is that he got news that his pet or his parent or someone had died, and that he had then used that as an excuse to sort of throw himself at the girl. And him and his little friends, they're like 7, 8 and that, all applauded. Yay, well done, good work, little teenager. So that's nice. If that ain't nice, I don't know what is, huh? Oh my goodness. That's my song. Oh, there you go. Yeah, I'll play a song, then we'll see what you guys have been up to. How about that? Does that sound fair? I think it's right.
What were you like when I was 25?
Whoa.
Well, I was obsessed. When I was 25 or so, I probably weighed about 138 pounds. I smoked like a pack of cigarettes a day. I drank tremendous amount of alcohol.
Hey.
My friends were heavy drinkers, and most of them dropped out of school by the time they were 15 or 16, went off to work on oil rigs, and it was a rough town, and we drank a lot. I started when I was 14, and I had a lot of bad habits, and I wasn't in great shape physically. I was also still intellectually obsessed, as I am now. That would have been in 85. But I decided around then, about 85, 84, something like that, that I was really going to try to get my act together. So I started doing that. First of all, I quit smoking. Well, that took a long time because I eventually had to quit drinking too in order to quit smoking, and
So you do.
Working out, started playing sports, which I'd never done. I was a small kid. I'd been skipped a grade, and I was small for my age, so sports were never really a domain of expertise for me. Although I skied and went trapping with my dad.
Yeah.
Trapping with my dad.
Yeah.
Trapping with my dad.
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 They took me.
Trapping with my dad.
We went.
Trapping with my dad.
I really like it.
Trapping with my trapping.
Some of my favorite memories involved.
Trapping with my dad.
Going.
Trapping with my dad.
Doing some.
Trapping with my trapping.
Yeah.
Trapping with my dad.
Ah, man, Trapping with My Dad. I like that one. That's a nice song. Akira the Don. Jordan V. Peterson. I think that's on the Aesthetic album. Maybe. Could be. might be. I mean, I'm not the expert or anything. I just make these things. Hey, shouts out to the gang. Gang in the building. Miss Swan says, I love getting to know my new surroundings. It's everyday adventure right now. Pretty cool. That's nice. Good for you. I like that. It's hot in CA. Kevin is saying, well, you know, that's an excuse for you to run around in some Speedos with a fan, with one of those Japanese fans, you know, the paper ones. Just, that's what you want to do. That's what you want to do. That's what you want to do. Get yourself some Speedos and one of those Japanese fans. Hello, Dylan Thomas. Hello, Francisco Florimon says lum. Exactly. Exactly that. I think lum is the thumbnail again. Did I put lum? Yeah. Yes, I put lum on the thumbnail again. It's my favorite thing to do. Pretty much. Francisco Florimons, and it says, The Master Builder by Ibsen says goblins represent something in us. Yes, they do. They do. The goblin urge is what they represent. They represent the inner goblin. And we all know what that is. We must keep that goblin at bay. I mean, you know, they say integrate the shadow, you know, because you never know when you're going to need it. You never know when you're going to need to bust out a motherfucker that can, like, break someone's neck. Once upon a time, you might need to break a neck. You know? And to do that, you need to access Shadow Guy, who can break a neck without thinking. I don't know about Goblin Guy. You got to integrate the Goblin. ¿Por qué? At what point are you going to need, like, some vindictive little motherfucker to go ruining people's file arrangements and doing sneaky, nasty things? When are you going to... I mean, I don't know. Well, let's have a think. Terry Funk says 21 seconds, so solid. Bitches! 21 seconds! I mean, if that's in reference to oik bands, So Solid was not an oik band. That was, like, a bunch of homies... That was like a rap band. They were like UK Wu-Tang, like UK garage Wu-Tang. That was their vibe. They weren't put together or anything. They were like, you know, I worked with a number of the So Solid guys. I did songs with Face from So Solid. I did songs with Swiss from So Solid. I did some production for some of those guys. Like, they were real deal Holyfield bad motherfuckers. Shouts out to Oxide. Shouts out to Neutrino. Shouts out to all those guys. And they broke ground, man. They broke real mighty ground. See, now the UK charts, people from that kind of background are as likely to be as number one as the pop bands were back in the day. You can now basically be like cancel estate rap guy rapping about what you're going to rap about anyway. And because they've now stopped pretending that you need to be PG around children in pop music, you know, you can now be like So Solid for real. And be allowed, unless you start like trying to, you know, better yourself or do what Swiss was doing when Swiss started doing all the, you know, young black man don't fall for the self-destructive memes they're trying to put upon you, and you know, get wealthy and own your own land and property and all that type of thing. They don't like that. They don't like that. I got a fucking moth in here. Oh my goodness. New Edition started the boy band trend, says Francisco, but every one of their songs is a damned masterpiece. New Edition are amazing. Did they start the boy band trend? I don't know if they did. I don't know if I'd agree with that. I blame the Beatles. You know, the Beatles was a boy band. Russ and Noel says keep the kids away from MTV. Yes. Jason says Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B are the new role models for little girls. Modern feminism, indeed. Terry Funk says their favorite cartoons are produced by Meat Canyon. Shouts out to Meat Canyon. Meat Canyon makes really surreal web cartoons. Okay, web cartoons because they're on the web. They're very good. It's very excellent. They're very good. They're all gross. They're all kind of ugly and horrible and distorted and grotesque. But, you know, sometimes that's good. Sometimes that's a mirror, the mirror that you need. You know. Jason, what's up? Nightbot, what's up? Liz Bay, what's up? Broken Umbrella, what's up? Fool Killer, what's up? Fool Killer said, damn, son. Just as it said it in the song. Amazing. Hosco Felix says a Meaningwave classic. Lion Mill Studio says, hail Don, hail Comics Gate CG represent. Shouts out to CG. Shouts out to Van Skyver. Shouts out to your boy ZA. Shouts out to your boy Zach, although he hasn't affiliated himself with Comicscape for years because he's a maverick. And one of my favorite internet pioneers of the most recent generation of internet pioneers. People will never know. Maybe someone will do a documentary one day. But the character known as your boy Zach, who started a channel called Diversity in Comics maybe 4 or 5 years ago, and he would just have a phone and he would aim it at a comic or on his lap, sometimes like the corner of the room or something, and he would just talk and say what he thought, what he had observed to be going on in the world, which is something that lots of people were observing, but not that many people were able to communicate for some reason, and your boy Zach was. And then your boy Zach decided he was going to crowdfund his own comic books, and was doing these panel live streams, and basically a lot of things that your boy Zach was doing years and years ago are now done by everybody. Everybody does them now. He very much like your boy Akira, he pioneered a bunch of stuff that later everyone else went to run with, and he doesn't do anymore. He doesn't do a lot of these things anymore. And people say, why aren't you doing these things? And he says, I will do my own thing. By Jove. And shouts out to all the people doing their own thing. You know? Shouts out to Ethan Van Skyver. You might know him as a comic book artist. He did a lot of the 2000s Green Lantern stuff that was big. He worked with my friend Grant Morrison on New X-Men. He illustrated 12 Rules for Life, the original book, you know? And he was being yeeted out of the comic book industry for not going along with the groupthink. And he said, yeah, all right, fine. I'll make my own thing. And made his own thing and had a number of, and continues to have numbers of incredibly successful 6-digit crowdfunding campaigns, has a very successful live show YouTube channel format, and is part of what I was talking about earlier, that sort of online group of people who entertain with dramatic things, lots of arguments and rows and people shouting at each other and things of that nature, and he's very, 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 very good at what he does. Shouts out to all of those guys. Ben says, I invented Goggins. He also says, my name is David Goggins. Jordan B from SK says, 2 years of being permanently stoned, 5 days clean from the weed. Thank you, Wes Watson and Akira the Don.
Perfect.
Yeah, come on.
Meaningwave.
Shouts out to you. That's a wonderful thing. I was saying this earlier, right? You never hear people saying, I've been 8 days fucked. But you do hear people say, I've been 8 days sober. You know, and shouts out to all of you. There's a lot to do. You know, there's a lot to do. We've got a lot to do. And what was it I used to say? And actually, I mean, Paul Hitchman told me this once, a good friend and my old manager, and one of these revolutionary people that we talk about. And he said to me, you know, there is a time for being fucked up. And that is when you're very young and when you're very old. You can get away with it when you're young. You can get away with it when you're very old. You don't have anything to do. In the middle, you've got things to do, you know. When you're old, you can go, eat fucking DMT all day if your heart's content. But in the middle, you got shit to do. When he first told me that, I disagreed. I was like, no, I can do what I like. I'm young Hunter S. Thompson type. You know. He was right. We got shit in the middle. You got shit to do. We got a lot of shit to do. Yeah. Jordan B from SK says, feeling so good, finally finding freedom. Well, congratulations. You know, that's what it's all about. First locate, and then maintain your freedom. Big shout out to Joe Petrakovich. Thank you for the support, you bad motherfucker. Sent $10 and says, thank you, good sir. If that ain't nice, I don't know what it is. Soul Killer says, your boy Zach from the Sunny D Factory. Lion Mill Studio, hail Don, he knows the law. I know all the law. Broken Umbrella says, Zach is a real one. Zach is a real one. Zach is a real one. You know, a lot of people got upset with Zach because he was in a court case and he was suing an awful person who had, they said to him, they said, oh yeah, all right, if you're going to complain about comics, make your own comics. So he said, all right, I'm going to make my own comics. You know, they said, all right, if you're going to complain about comic sales, well, sell your own comics. So he said, okay, I'm going to. And he made his own comics and he crowdfunded his own comics. And then he got a deal to get those comics in comic shops. And then creepy people from the mainstream comics industry got together and rang up the comic shops and said, if you stock this guy's book, bad things will happen to you. So the people said, all right, no more. And they wouldn't sell his book, you know. That's called torturous interference, I believe. And anyway, he got together a lawsuit, and he was involved in a big lawsuit with this guy, and a lot of people donated to the camp lawsuit. And then after, I don't know, a year or two of this, they suddenly settled out of court. No one quite knows exactly what happened. A lot of people were upset, you know. But to those people that were upset, I say, like, you try spending years and years and years of your life involved in litigation with creepy fucking weirdos. I mean, you only... You know, the Egyptians could be wrong. It could be true that, as Jocko says, you only have one life and one shot. And that's all you've got. And do you want to spend your one shot involved in torturous legal affairs with grotesque creatures from the underworld? I mean, is that really what you want to be doing with your, your one life? You know? Is that what you want to be doing? With your one life, with your one shot. That's all you got. That's all you got. Huh? Frankly, I think there's much more important things for your boy to be doing. And frankly, your boy already did enough. Your boy did a great deal and a great service. A great cost to himself and his life. Anyway, I'll dedicate this to your boy Zach. One shot!
There's so much knowledge out there, so much information.
So much!
Easy to get better. And we make so many mistakes. We're the product of our mistakes. And oftentimes the lesson is sitting there right in front of our face. It's there to be learned, but we miss it, or we don't pay attention to it, or we think we know better until it punches us.
Yeah! In the face!
Most important thing to learn is that we have so much to learn. We all do. And we can learn from school and people and from experience, and we learn from life.
You get
one shot.
Oh.
One shot.
At this gig right here. Life. One life. That's all you got. One life. One shot. Come on.
You have to process the information. You have to absorb.
Oh, man.
You have to
remind me not to jump.
Have to open your mind. You gotta free your mind so that you can learn and make real progress. And as far as regrets and things I wish I would have done differently, of course. Hindsight is 20/20, and looking back, of course, who wouldn't want to take another go at something and improve on the first try by doing it again? And then why not do it again and again and again? Why not do it over and over again until you have it
Perfect.
Is you don't get that chance.
You get one shot at this gig right here. Life. One life. That's all you got. One life. One shot.
Regret, in and of itself, it's worthless. Does nothing for you. In fact, the only valuable thing in regret is the lesson you learned, the knowledge that you gained. But walking around filled with regret gets you nothing. So learn and move on.
Yeah.
Don't let regret beat you down. Don't be a slave to regret. No.
Let it
teach you.
Let it
make you better. Let the fear of regret fuel you to take action today. Now!
No! You get one shot at this gig right here. Life. One life. That's all you got. One life. One shot, you get one shot, hey! One shot at this gig right here. Life. One life. That's all you got. One life. I say, go! Woo!
Take action now to become a better person. Not filled with regret, but filled with knowledge. Filled with knowledge and strength and power and filled with life.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, man. One shot. Right there, you get one shot. At this gig right here. Life, we dedicated that to you, boy, Zach. Hi, Comicsgate, you know. Shouts out to... I'm amazed anyone from Comicsgate is ever here. Presumably, there are always Comicsgate-related live streams happening at all times. Pretty sure there are. You know. And shouts out to all of you. Yeah, one shot from the brand new album, Akira the Don JOCKO VINYL, Get Some, coming to a turntable near you. We've got a vinyl campaign running. And Liz Space C just dropped a message, just said, I just ordered my JOCKO vinyl. And I had to throw in some JBP. That's such righteousness. Shouts out to you. Let's see where we're at on the campaign. Oh, yeah, we have currently got 27 backers. Oh, my goodness. With 13 days left, 7,785 USD. We are very, very, very close to our $8,000 stretch goal, at which point everybody gets a gatefold vinyl. A gatefold vinyl. We're very close to that. Let's see if we can smash that. Now! Let's smash it now! Next stretch goal at 10K, everyone gets a lyric book. 15K, colored vinyl. Let's make it happen. Next tier of stretch goals get unlocked after that. Let's get that cracking. The JOCKO albums, both albums are coming to vinyl. Double vinyl. Exquisite double vinyl. The Path and the just released Get Some, which everybody loves and is messaging me about every day, which is very nice. And The Path, which is a fucking classic and will be getting me some kind of RIAA or something association plaque at some point. I look forward to getting plaques and getting a plaque over to JOCKO. When we get our gold records and platinum records. I'm not sure. I'm not sure exactly when you get those, but I think we will. I think we will. You know. Whoa! Fuck off. What is this? All right. There's a thing flying around in here. It's like is it an X-Wing? No, it's a T-Wing. It looks like one of those Starship vehicles anyway. A strange creature. And I don't know if maybe it's dying because it doesn't seem to be flying that well. It's like the tank is on not full. Anyway, I was talking before I was attacked. You ever think when insects come at you that it's like the spirits of dead people trying to communicate? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, The Path. Classic album. Multi-million streamed. It's like, I think it's about to hit 9 million streams on Spotify alone. You know, that album? On Spotify alone. It's very popular on other platforms. Like iTunes. They love it on iTunes. They love it over there. They love it on YouTube. They love it everywhere because it's great. That's why. I mean, aside from that, it's on fucking tens and tens of thousands of reels. Maybe hundreds of thousands of reels by this point. I need to check in. Use music from that album in them. And already people are really starting to use Get Some music in their reels. Shouts out to those people getting some. Exclusively as part of this campaign, we have the Meaningwave Get Some monolith. The third Meaningwave monolith. The first two sold out. There was the very first Meaningwave monolith that was a beautiful steel thing. And then there was the JVP Wave monolith. A beautiful candy-coated purple neon thing. These are made by Dan Elliott, esteemed metal artist and Meaningwave aficionado. Meaningwave enjoyer. And these are being made exclusively as part of this campaign and will be only available as part of this campaign for the next 13 days. And I would definitely advise getting one of those. They'll look lovely anyway, really. They're 11 inches wide and tall and 5 inches deep. They would look magnificent on, I guess, a desk in the background of your videos. Presumably, you're all YouTubers of some kind or presenters of some kind, and they would look particularly nice in the middle of the desert. If you just took one to the middle of the desert and then left it there, and then sent a drone camera over to sort of take a look at it, you'd probably end up in the news probably pretty quickly. People would assume it was made by space aliens. I don't know why people always think aliens are from space when clearly they're interdimensional. Clearly. Anyway, back the campaign today. That's what I would say. I would say back the campaign today for the existence of Meaningwave to be real, be genuine, be actualized. Let us get these wonderful artifacts onto vinyl, and yes, shout out to Liz Bay C, who just made sure that Liz Bay C is gonna get some. 2076 says that looks like some craftsmanship. TBH, craftsmanship. It's a quality that some lack. You got to give people a reason for them to come back. You dig? You know what I mean? And yes, Meaningwave monoliths are incredible. If anyone in the chat got a Meaningwave monolith, make some noise. 2076 says, I kind of want to see other angles of the new monolith. I should post some more pictures. I only posted that one picture, huh? I should post some more pictures. That's what I will do. I'll post some more pictures. At some point during this weekend, I will make some time and post more monolith pictures. Yes. Old Sut White Canadian says, testing 1, 2, am I being seen? Lol. No, you're obviously not being seen. I received that message into the back of my brain. Shecky says, I think it's a good luck reminder when a bug lands on me. Jordan B from SK says, it's been a while since I listened to the album, The Path. Listened to it today at the gym, seeing it in a new light. Kevin Gruber says, I have the OG monolith. It is glorious. Yeah. Quite right, too. I don't. I'm in Mexico. I don't have any of my things from the old country. I miss my monolith, I do. I miss my monolith very much. God bless that monolith. God bless all the monolith havers. God bless all the monolith owning people. You are good, you are wise and righteous. And why can't I see this now? What is life but suffering? Shouts out to Leo Kai. Thank you for the support, Leo Kai. Says, hey Akira, keep up the good. From Leon and Casey. Shouts out to Leon and Casey. God bless thou. God bless thou, and God did bless thou. And may God continue to bless thou. Fool Killer says, I have been following CG for years now, but Meaningwave is a higher priority in my life now. Good for you. Good for you. I would agree that Meaningwave is the highest priority. However, I do salute those who are fighting for our mythology, our modern mythology, and I particularly appreciate those who are creating, those who are creating. You can have a YouTube channel, and you can sit there and you can complain about Disney TV shows all day, and that's fine. That serves, what purpose does that serve? It lets people know they're not alone. Ooh. Lets people know they're not alone. For example, what's his name? Jeffrey Bezos, the guy who destroyed bookshops. The guy who replaced all shops with one online shop and made things so very convenient. So much convenience. So very convenient it was that people were, they were like, oh, fuck my shop, fuck all the shops, fuck everyone who works in a shop, and and fuck you if you want to do anything other than piss in a bottle and package my flipping orders because I need my stuff yesterday. Like, fair enough. Indeed. But anyway, that motherfucker wasn't just content with, replacing shops. That motherfucker also decided he wanted to make the TV and the movies and things and spent a lot of money getting the rights to some of Lord of the Rings, but not all of it. Not enough of it to be able to make anything based on an actual story that Tolkien wrote. Only to take the lore and fashion some abomination from that, you know, which is what they've done. And everyone knew it was going to be awful. And, you know, because it's current year and everything has to pass a Bechdel thing, a Bechdel equation. What's a Bechdel? Anyway, everything's got to tick a bunch of boxes. You know, story, continuity, anything be damned. Equity or bust. And bust is what they're getting. And when I say bust, I don't mean titties. Because there ain't none of them in Jeffrey Bezos's Middle Earth. Jeffrey Bezos' Middle Earth, there are just struggle sessions and misery and nagging and all that. So, but anyway, the point being is that any dissent is being deleted. There are no reviews on Amazon's Lord of the Rings television show on Amazon, and they're holding them all for 60 hours so they can go through them and remove only the critical ones, right? Meanwhile, they're seeding news stories about review bombing, which basically means every time they put out one of their shit TV shows and people don't like it, they go, review bombing! Meanwhile, all the sort of shill paid media that pretend to be journalists and appreciators of art on the internet, giving unanimous praise to something that is obviously dog shit. So anyway, that my point being is that a lot of people moan about these guys who make YouTube videos saying this TV show, comic book, or whatever is awful and ideologically possessed anti-human garbage. But it's necessary that these people exist because otherwise people would think they were alone because you're constantly being gaslit that something awful is great. No, everyone likes The Last Jedi. No, turning Luke Skywalker into a pus milk drinking surrender monkey old git, everybody likes that. And if it weren't for these guys making YouTube videos and stuff, people might actually start to believe that. And they might start to believe that they were crazy and they were the only ones that could see what was really going on. And so, you know, that is a useful thing that they do. It's a useful service these people provide. So shouts out to them. But also big shouts out to people who make their own stuff. Because that's the thing. If you don't make stuff, there is no stuff. And if you just leave Jeffrey Bezos and Mickey Mouse and these other creepy weirdos to make things, all you're ever going to get is the things that those people make. And obviously those people aren't concerned with making things of value. They're concerned with social engineering and other creepy pursuits. So if not you, then who? If not when? If not now, then when? You know? So shouts out to everybody making their own stuff. Shouts out to everybody making their own worlds. You know, very, very, muy importante. Shouts out to everybody creating universes for people to get lost in. You know, shouts out to people who are not sitting around, who are not just going to be content with waiting for Mickey Mouse to make them something that they like about characters that they grew up with. Shouts out to people who are just making their own thing. And when I say just, this is not no mere thing either. Just is the wrong word. It's very, very important and very, very powerful. It's an incredibly important and powerful thing to do. And, you know, all of the things that people love now, the things that are being vandalized by the ideologically possessed weirdos who couldn't create anything. You know, if you held the proverbial gun to their proverbial nutsack, you know, they can't create. Evil cannot create, only distort and destroy. Everybody knows that. But all those things that are being vandalized and destroyed were made by people, and when those people made them, it's very rare. They weren't opened with welcome arms. All of them had to fight. They had to push. Rocky, you know, Sylvester Stallone had to take Rocky to... It got turned down by hundreds of people before it eventually got made. The same with A Song of Ice and Fire. The same with Star Wars. No one wanted to make Star Wars. They were laughing. They were laughing at your boy George. Fuck out of here with this weird nonsense. Nobody wants that, they said. Nobody wants that. They want Westerns. You know, everyone thought Stan Lee was mad when he was like, I'm just going to get naked people and paint them crazy colors and have them running up and down, upside down on walls and things. People thought, no one will ever like that. Now here we are. You know? So shouts out to people making stuff. If you don't make stuff, there is no stuff.
Akira.
That is what they call a segue.
Yeah, my opinion is if somebody wants to stay home, they should stay home. If somebody doesn't want to stay home, they should not be compelled to stay home. That's my opinion. If somebody doesn't like that, well, that's my opinion. This notion, though, that you can just sort of send checks out to everybody and things will be fine is not true, obviously.
Obviously!
Some people have this absurd view that the economy is like some magic horn of plenty. Like, it just makes stuff. Whatever. It just, there's a magic horn of plenty, and the goods and services, they just come from this magic horn of plenty. And then if somebody has more stuff than somebody else, it's because they took more from this magic horn of plenty. Now, let me just break it to you, the fools out there. If you don't make stuff,
well, what?
There's no stuff. If you don't make stuff, there's no stuff. If you don't make stuff, there is no stuff. If you don't make stuff, there's no stuff. If you don't make stuff, there is no stuff. Yeah. So, if you don't make the food, you don't process the food, you don't transport the food, medical treatment,
teeth fixed.
There's no stuff. I would become detached from reality. You can't just legislate money and solve these things. If you don't make stuff, there is no stuff. If you don't make stuff, there's no stuff. If you don't make stuff, there is no stuff. If you don't make stuff, there's no stuff. If you don't make stuff, there is no stuff. Whoa!
Make that stuff. Sport that stuff you like. Obviously.
We'll run out of the stores. Run out of the, machine just grinds to a halt. If you don't make stuff, there's no stuff. If you don't make stuff, there is no stuff. If you don't make stuff, there's no stuff. If you don't make stuff, there is no stuff.
If you don't make stuff, there's no stuff. If you don't make stuff, there is no stuff. If you don't make stuff, there's no stuff. If you don't make stuff, there's no stuff. You know, that's just such real shit. If you don't make stuff, there is no stuff. And guess what else as well? If you do not support the stuff you like, there is no stuff. Because it will go away. The people won't be able to continue making it, and there won't be any more of it. So, you know, big shouts out to the people who are letting people know they're not alone in thinking that the offerings from the corporate machine have become unacceptable. Big ups to the people making stuff. And the biggest of big ups to the people without whom those of us that make stuff could not make stuff. I could not make stuff without you. If it was not for you who support the stuff that I make, I would not be able to make this stuff, and it would all be theoretical, and it wouldn't matter, and it wouldn't exist. It would be like that tree falling in the woods with no one to hear it falling. it doesn't exist. You know? And people are often upset and they go, Mickey Mouse makes fucking abominations butt crap. Mickey Mouse is trying to turn my daughter into a whore and my son into some kind of pansified sort of goblin thing. I do not like this. And then they continue to pay however it is much a month for Disney Plus and watch videos about whatever Disney Star Wars is doing, and on and on and on it goes. You know, shouts out to the people who find the things that they love, because they're all out there. If you like books, I promise you there's good books. If you like comics, I promise you there's good comics. If you like music, you already know. You know, those of you that make the effort to find the good stuff and then support the good stuff, you are the real MV fucking P. Make some noise for yourself. Get it! Shaky says making stuff is awesome, make more stuff. 2076 says pus milk drinking surrender monkey, Akira the dog. I can't wait to call my next adversary a pus milk drinking surrender monkey. It's just so sad. I mean, you know, the hero to a generation, they turned into a pus milk drinking surrender monkey. Like, you couldn't get more deliberately vindictive. These people hate you. Stop paying them attention. You know, for example, like everybody I know posted not everybody, like a lot of people posted that picture of that weird corpse that they've got, that Weekend at the Bernie's looking ass grotesque corpse they've got pretending to be the president of Estados Unidos, was cosplaying as the baddies from those Disney Star Wars films, and everybody posted the picture. Everybody posted the picture. Like, you know, I wouldn't have seen, and you're not changing. Well, whose minds are being changed? Like, you look at the comment sections on these things, and people go, "Oh, it's just a picture." Like, for example, who's that guy people keep asking me to make songs of? I don't know why. Like, he doesn't strike me as very bright. I read one of his books once. The book said, you have no free will, everything is predetermined, no choice that you make is yours, and so on and so on. And what did he say about that flipping picture? It's funny, I thought to myself, you know, you think now because you use the internet, so you start to think in memes, right? You get that? Like, you think in meme formats pop in your head. And when I heard about that guy they've got pretending to be the president of Estados Unidos, that animated corpse they've got wandering around bumping into things, that they had dress up as Adolf the other day, or you know, the baddies from the Disney Star Wars films. Not that I've watched them, but I saw some pictures on the internet, you know. Anyway, that guy that people think is smart and some people think I should do a song with, literally said, oh yeah, well, you know, like that lighting or whatever, like, looks like a bit bad optics, but if the orange man that I'm obsessed with to this very day did it, then it would be a look into his soul or something. I thought, I can't believe you said that. That was like the meme I thought you were doing a meme. And I thought you didn't believe in the soul anyway. You know, I thought you were one of those atheist people who thinks that we're all just meat suits that have no choices of their own at all. Anyway, it's very weird. The whole thing's very weird. Point being, you won't catch me posting that gross stuff around. I'm not into propagating horrors and awfulness. You know, I'm into propagating goodness and glory and beauty and wonder. You know, goodness and glory and beauty. You know, because beauty will save mankind. That's what beauty will do. Beauty is what will save mankind. Beauty, I mean, it's so valuable, but we're so afraid of it. That's called a segue. And not like a Segway, the guy who invented Segway rode off a cliff.
You're so afraid of it.
Shouts out to the guy who invented Segways, died riding a Segway off a cliff. That is poetry. Kevin Gruber, have you thought about making more Meaningwave after the ancients like Marcus? Confucius wave sounds really cool. Oh, obviously, I'm working on it. I've done a bunch. I've done Seneca, done Epictetus. There's a lot coming. Don't you worry about a thing, baby. What we're involved in here is integrating the wisdom of mankind. We're integrating the combined wisdom of mankind into the psychotechnology known as Meaningwave. That means we've got to be going across space, across time. We've got to be going back 2,000 years. They had some shit worked out. Got to go back further. There was some shit they worked out 14,000 years ago. We've got to integrate. We've got a lot to integrate, baby. That's why Meaningwave must exist. That's why supporting Meaningwave is so important. That's why you should all back that campaign today. And that's why we should enjoy this song. Hey.
Beauty is so valuable and we're so afraid of it.
Yeah! Aye. 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 Beauty is so valuable and we're so afraid of it. Yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
It's not the only pathway to the divine.
Come on.
Love is one of them, I suppose.
That's right.
But beauty, especially for people who have an affinity for beauty, is music. It's one of those things that you can't argue against. You can't even understand. It just hits you.
Boom! Boom! Boom!
It just hits you.
Yeah.
It's like a vision of the potential future. That if we just got our act together and beautified it, that's the place that we can inhabit, and that would ennoble us. And that's why Jerusalem, the heavenly city, is paved with gemstones. They're crystalline, they emit light. And yeah, it's the proper dwelling place for an enlightened consciousness. Beauty is the proper dwelling place for an enlightened consciousness. We ignore it at our spiritual and economic peril. It's obvious. There's almost nothing more valuable than beauty. Beauty is so valuable.
We're so afraid of it. Beauty is so valuable.
We're so afraid of it.
Jordan B. Peterson there. Meaningwave OG. Some called him the Tony Stark of the Meaningwave universe. You know, the Meaningwave universe, that is, as it is so known, began with the story of Dr. Jordan B. Peterson, and it was something that people could understand. It was something that felt rooted in reality. Before we moved into more cosmic concerns. The Meaningwave universe was seeded, rooted, grounded, and booted by the good doctor, for whom I suggest we all make some noise right now.
As the homeland of the muses,
Yeah.
the inspirers of art, the inspirers of poetry, and to see life as a poem. And your
Make some noise. How you doing?
poem is
What up, Fool Killer?
for you.
What up, Jordan?
I'm
What up, Alex?
a vocabulary in the form
AT.
of words, but of
Lane Stewart.
and
Eat it!
which connotes something transcendent of the action here, and which yet informs the whole thing. So to always feel in accord with universal being.
All together now.
Every mythology, every religion is true. Every mythology, every religion is true. In this sense,
It is true as
metaphorical of the human and
cosmic mystery. Every religion is true. That's right.
Jesus ascended to heaven. The story is he ascended bodily to heaven. The story is that his mother, still alive, asleep, ascended to heaven. This is metaphorical of something. You don't have to throw it away. All you have to find is what it's saying.
Yeah.
What it's saying is he didn't go out there, he went in here. Which is where you must go too. Ascend to heaven through the inward space to that source from which you in all life came. That's the sense of that. Now, according to the Christian religion, we cannot identify with Jesus. We have to imitate Jesus, but to say, I am God, as Jesus said, is for us blasphemy. However, in the Thomas Gospel, Jesus says, he who drinks from my mouth will become as I am, and I shall be he. Woo! Wow. That's Buddhism.
Every mythology, every religion is true. Every mythology, every religion is true. In this sense,
it is true as metaphorical of the human and cosmic mystery.
Every religion is true. Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Standing on a whale. Joseph Campbell, Akira the Don, from the Mythos album. I saw someone in the chat a minute ago saying how sad it is that Mythos must remain where did it go? Must remain unreleased. Oh yeah, Horsko Felix. Such a tragedy that the Mythos album has to remain unreleased. Well, it's not fully unreleased. You've got it, right? You've got it. Meaningwave supporters got this album for free. You know, we sent it to Meaningwave supporters, and it doesn't necessarily have to remain unreleased. Meaningwave must become so big that we can do things like, you know, negotiate with the rights holders of what was sampled on this, which is like some TV people, you know. So the more of you that let people know that Meaningwave exists, then the more likely that is to happen, you know. And I personally am very confident about the powers of you lot to letting the world know that Meaningwave exists, and Meaningwave blowing up to the point that we can do what we want. And we can take these things and make the music with them and get that to the people who need it. You know? I believe in you. Luke Cap says, if Jordan Peterson is Tony Stark, then Alan Watts is Doctor Strange. Lol. Well, that's why on the cover of Watts Wave Dreams, I had Watts dressed as Doctor Strange. Do you remember that from 2018, I think it was? The cover of Watts Wave Dreams, it has Watts in strange regalia, and that was why. That's why.
Every mythology, every religion.
Yeah. 2076, I went to visit the church I grew up attending when I was a little kid, and I said a prayer asking for help and to empower me to conquer my sins.
It is true.
Nice.
Metaphor.
Full Killer says that is what the clout accumulation is working towards. Exactly. Horsko Felix says I want everyone to hear Mythos.
Every mythology.
Only you can save mankind. If you want everyone to hear Mythos, then you better let everyone know.
Every religion is
In every way that you can. You are more powerful than you think.
It is true as
Jason says, I love that image. Thank you.
and cosmic.
If you're talking about the Alan Strange image I created. Indeed.
Every mythology, every religion.
It's true.
Every mythology.
Every religion is true. It's all true.
It is true as
You funny new atheist people
and cosmic mystery.
that remind me of me when I was a teenager.
Every mythology
That's a very teenage way of thinking.
is true.
It's absolutist.
Every mythology.
Oh yeah, if that's true, then where's the scientific evidence of turning the things into the fish and stuff? There.
As metaphor,
Yeah.
the human
Only morons would believe in fish.
religion is true.
I am enlightened, super smart teenager. I know more than you, Dad. Old people are so stupid.
Every religion
I am teenager. I am genius.
in
I know everything.
it is true as metaphorical of and cosmic mystery.
Every religion
Is true.
is true.
Heaven and hell are within us,
Yeah, they are.
and all the gods are within us.
All of them.
This is the great realization of the Upanishads of India already in the 9th century BC. All the gods, all the heavens, all the worlds are within us. They are magnified dreams, and what dreams are manifestation, image form of energies of the body in conflict with each other. This organ wants this organ wants this. That's all myth is. Myth is a manifestation in symbolic images, metaphorical images of energies within us in conflict with each other.
Every mythology, every religion is true. Every mythology, every religion is true. In this sense,
it is true as metaphorical of the human
cosmic mystery.
Every religion is true.
Yeah. Oi! Step by step. Shaky says God is all around us. AC, what's cracking, baby?
There's a Polynesian saying that frequently comes to my mind.
Step by step. Eden says, I've been watching the Star Trek episode that you used for Unreality, that classic Meaningwave song that I sampled. Unreality is really good. Shadow with the Gun, I think it's called. That's right. That's right, it's a good one.
Really comes to my mind.
Meaningwave is my go-to work tune, says AT. Shouts out to you. Zero-sum game thinking, says 2076. The universe isn't a zero-sum game. That much has got to be obvious by now, huh?
There's a Polynesian.
Hosco Felix, quote of the day. Only morons would believe in fish. Akira the God. We've had some good quotes today, huh? It's been a good one today already. How about that? How's the water, says Pixie. Splash. Jason says, ha ha ha, same, until life smacked me across the face and made me humble. Yeah, some people act like they've never been punched in the face.
That frequently comes to my mind.
Meaningwave, 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 Meaningwave. Alexander says, my kids sing Self-Control all the time, Stoic Wave. Well, shouts out to your kids, future rulers of Mars, Venus, Saturn,
my mind.
Future rulers in the house. God bless. They've got clout. Word around town. Word around town.
There's a Polynesian saying that frequently comes to my mind. Standing on a whale, fishing for minnows. We are standing on a whale. The ground of being is the ground of our being. And outward turned, we see all these little problems here. But inward, we are the source of them all. That's the big mystical teaching.
Oh man, shouts out to the big mystical teaching. Shouts out to my in-ear headphones, which will give me a bit of jip. Ow. Ow. The in-ear monitors take some getting used to. They bloody do. Oh, God. Hello, John Hansen says this is the golden age. Yes, it is. These are the days of our life. You right there, you will never be as young as you are right now. You'll never be as young as you are right now. This is the first function of Mythology. Yeah. International High 5 o'clock. We haven't done any International High 5. We have yet to do the International High 5. Let's do the International High 5. Do me a favor, let me know where you are and tell me something cool you discovered this year. What up, Jason? Uh-huh. People in the chat are talking about someone I've never heard of. I don't know who that is. I refuse to look it up or give it any publicity. You should learn something from the good Dr. Jordan B. Peterson, who very regularly gets himself into all sorts of bother and trouble by deliberately riling the easily offended. And what they've done is made him rich and famous and influential beyond his wildest imaginings. Or maybe he imagined that wild. He's a good visualizer and a good imagineer. And while he says he doesn't like that New Age stuff, he does definitely utilize things that you might hear about in certain New Age circles. He's very pragmatic in that fashion. He knows what works and he utilizes what works. Sometimes his ideological enemies notice what he's doing and try doing it themselves. And when you mention their names and publicize their works, you are falling into that trap and you are doing the devil's work for him. I would personally advise against allowing myself to be a tool of the enemy. Or, if you don't consider enemies or whatever, to be a tool in general. Always make sure you know what you're doing and why you're doing it. Particularly when you're publicizing people who you don't like. Whose ideas you don't like, all that sort of thing. What was it Carl Jung said about, lots of people have had a similar idea, but, I think Carl Jung said, the world will ask you who you are. If you do not know, the world will tell you. It's kind of the same as the devil will find work for idle hands to do. Or, as I always said, wash your own brain. Program or be programmed. Something the internet's done is, really exacerbated people's reactiveness. So it's become very easy for people to orchestrate outcomes to their liking because it's quite easy to get people to react to things. One of the things you want to be able to do in life is not react. So for a long time I would use Twitter. I deliberately set up a Twitter feed that was obnoxious, that was full of things I didn't like, full of ideas that I did not like, full of all sorts of things that made me want to react. And then what I would do is not react. And I used to be very reactive. I used to do a lot of reacting. I was a very, very reactive sort of an individual, a reactive person. And once I cottoned onto that and started, training myself, I started using Twitter.com as a dojo to learn how to not react. And I'm a lot better now at not reacting. I still feel I have work to do. I don't feel, I know I have work to do. We always do. But I'm so much better than I was. It's amazing. It's amazing. And it's a great, great thing because it washes and it reaches into other parts of your life. Once you get that down, the non-reaction thing, because what you really want to be able to do is say, okay, here's the thing. It's making me feel this way. I wonder why that is. Where is it coming from? Who said it? What was the reason for it? All that sort of stuff. And you can train yourself to get pretty good at that, to the point that you can do it almost instantly, and you can ask those questions almost instantly, and you can then intuit the answers almost instantly. And then, like I said, you can apply that to other areas of your life, and that discipline will filter into other areas of your life. And it can be very useful because so many of our problems in life stem from unthinkingly reacting to situations or provocations. That's a big part of what was going on, the other day with the creepy old dead guy they've got pretending to run Estados Unidos. They're really, really, really trying to get a rise. They really, really want a reason to, do awful things, and they really want to get people to do bad things. These FBI guys out there poking sticks like motherfuckers. Come on! Do the thing! So we can say, look, we told you to do the thing. I'm very proud of the American people who have been very stoic and really have not been reacting. They've been so stoic in that regard, and thank God. Thank God. It would be a very ugly situation if people were as dumb as those that would control mankind think they are, with their hubris and their inbred, intergenerational, ancestral deformities. that render them incapable to carry out their multi-generational sneaky plans because they are retarded. So sad. So very sad, brothers and sisters, and I'm glad that you all ain't falling for none of that bullshit. I'm so glad that you are all smart, wavy motherfuckers out there. I'm very proud of you. Shecky says, thank you, Akira the Don. Hey, thank you. AT says, this is some well-received advice I need to use with two in my life that I have problems not reacting to. Hey, good. Reacting gives the power to who? Not you. It gives the power to that which is making you react. You not reacting, they fucking hate that. That upsets and confuses and baffles them and renders them... You know all these weirdos who post their little TikTok videos saying, if somebody does not respect my pronoun, this is what they should do, and do. And people post these videos around, look at these psychos. No. Just ignore these weirdos. Don't give them any... They want attention so badly. Their parents did not give it to them. And so on and so forth. But you can't be their parents. Starve these people of the attention they crave. Starve them of... Because all attention is good to these people. They love it if you get upset. They love it if you're out. They say it. A lot of these people are there going, I deliberately do this because I like pissing off whatever it is they think you are. So don't. Ignore. Focus on the good. Focus on the good. Tweet about what good Meaningwave you've been listening to. Tweet about your gains in the gym this week. Tweet about a nice cake that you baked for your beautiful lady or whatever. Or maybe you baked a nice cake for your beautiful, what's not a lady? A man, you know? You know? The creepy weirdo types are mainly fueled by that reaction power. That's one of their main sources of power. You know how Superman is powered by the sun? There's a whole lot of creepy weirdos out there who are powered by your rage. There's another group of weirdos who are powered by fear, and they spend their whole time trying to get everybody to be scared. And that powers them. And then there seems to be, I guess there must be some kind of interdimensional being that is powered by cringe. Because I see a lot more cringe these days than I used to. And they seem to be really going out of their way to increase the cringe and propagate the cringe and just create more and more cringe. There's so much cringe. And the only thing I could think is, well, it must be some kind of power source for interdimensional beings of some kind. I can think of no other reason why there is so much cringe being propagated out there. Jason says, I'm watching this simulation like a movie now. In God we trust. Exactly. So I was saying earlier about, the world. A lot of what people think of as the world is stuff that they've seen through Byzantine conduits of other people's devisings, through televisions or through newspapers or through books. All of which were created by other people. And I don't know if you've ever met anyone who worked on a movie or a TV show. I had a friend, he was a set dresser. His job was to dress the set. So cameras pointing in that direction, he'd be running around, putting down crisp packets or framed pictures or cushions or whatever it was to make that place look the way that the creator wished it to look. That's what they wanted you to see. His job was to create that. And most of the ways with which we observe what we think of as the world, they've all been set dressed, and they've all got massive teams of set dressers constantly set dressing away. And these days they're not just using, they're not just practical effects guys with packets of crisps and wind blowers and things like that. They've got quite relatively skilled VFX people who can do face swaps and all sorts of weird shit. So what you're doing is you're looking through a keyhole into a room that has been set dressed, and you're being told that that's the world. And you really, 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 really shouldn't take that to be the case. Because then you live in their world. Then you live in the world of their devising, or whatever that world is. And usually it's like They want to create a place that makes you feel small and scared and angry and reactive and all that type of thing. That's the kind of little room they want you in. That isn't the world. But the thing is, to see the world for yourself, that means that you have to, go out there and use your eyes and your ears and then all the other senses that maybe don't work as well anymore because we haven't used them for so long because we've been sat in a cave, you know what I mean? We've all been in Plato's cave watching a shit Punch and Judy show for ages. But we have other senses and we can use them. And it turns out that the cave we're in, we could wander out of it anytime we want. It turns out the Punch and Judy show is shit. It turns out it's rubbish. It's not even mytho-poetical anymore. It's now just merely propaganda. And, and we don't have to stay in the fucking cave. It's a beautiful day to be alive. Let's go outside. Author your reality yourself, says Shecky Pavel. That's right, write your own movie. It's a movie. Why not, write your own one? I was thinking earlier about how awful it must have been to be, Kit Harington or any of the other people in Game of Thrones, whose names I forget. Esme Bianco. I remember her because she once said something quite nice about me in one of my songs. Of course, now she's part of that little group of people who all got together to destroy Marilyn Manson that's falling apart in such an shocking fashion, unraveling in so calamitous, cacophonous and sad fashion. Oh, Esme Bianco. We had the same immigration lawyer. I hope he's not. No, you can't jump from immigration lawyer to Time's Up Now, Me Too, whatever it is, lawyer, can you? She must have a different lawyer for that. She does have a different lawyer for that. Oh my goodness, that was that whole thing that the lawyer got. So anyway, that's aside from the point. The point I was trying to get to was, imagine you're in Game of Thrones and it's fucking brilliant. You're like, oh, this is the fucking best TV show of all time. Oh my goodness, this is so good. I've read the books as well. This is going to get better and better. It's season 1, season 2. And then you're in season 5 and it's gone to the fucking dogs. And you're having to say, now the lines you're uttering aren't making you feel like a great artist. Now you're feeling like a right fucking plonker. And you have to spend years of your life, like 4 or 5 more years of your life, feeling like a right fucking plonker, reciting some bullshit lines written by some fucking hacks who are mashed out of their head on cocaine, not wanting to be there, trying to make Star Wars films. And you gotta say that shit with the same fucking passion you said the good shit. There's nothing you can do about it because you're just a fucking paid pretender. You're just some fucking guy who was good at crying when they were a baby when they weren't really sad. And now you get paid to say shit that other people wrote down. And it was all fucking fun and games when you were saying the good shit that made you look like a right fucking hero. Now you're saying some hackneyed bullshit. How awful that must be. How fucking awful. Well, the good news is, brothers and sisters, in the movie that is your life, you do not have to say the bullshit. You do not have to read out the lines they wrote for you. The hackneyed dumb and dumbers of this world that trash the works of better men. You do not have to recite their language. You can write your own story. Or you could live the true mythopoetic story that man has been living all along. You could live that story. You could embody that story in your way. You could do that too. You could do whatever the fuck you like. It's yours. Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? See, this is the first function of mythology.
Consciousness has other notions.
Of how things ought to be, what virtue is, and so on, and so on, and so on.
One
of the problems
man has to face is reconciling himself to the foundations of his own existence. And
this is the first function of mythology. This is the first function of mythology. The reconciliation of consciousness with the mystery of being. This is the first function of mythology. Yo, no! Criticizing it.
Shakespeare, in his definition of art in Hamlet, where he says,
Art holds a mirror up to nature. It's the perfect definition, I would say, of the first function of mythology. Yeah, yeah!
when you hold the mirror up to yourself,
Your consciousness becomes aware of it.
support.
What it is, what it is. There's the point.
You may be shocked.
At what you see,
You may be
greatly pleased.
But one way or another, you become aware of yourself. Your consciousness becomes aware of that darkness, that being which came into being out of darkness and which is its own support. And
This is the first function of mythology. This is the first function of mythology. The reconciliation of consciousness with the mystery of being. This is the first function of mythology.
and the realization of their mystery as something that consciousness is not going to be able to criticize, not even going to be able to elucidate, not even going to be able to name. It is something beyond naming, beyond all definition. That's the first point. And when that is lost, one loses this sense of awe, which Goethe calls the best thing in man, the sense of gratitude for one's privilege of having this center of consciousness aware of these things. And
This is the first function of mythology. This is the first function of mythology. The reconciliation of consciousness with the mystery of being. This is the first function of mythology. Go! Yeah, yeah! Yeah, 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 yeah! Meaningwave, what's on the zone? Make some noise to Joseph Campbell and the first function of mythology. When I say make some noise, I mean smash them wave emojis. You already know. Wendy in the gallery. Meaningwave. Hey, how about that? Oh my goodness. Saturday night's alright. Saturday night's alright. Oh shit, what? Is it Father's Day? Is it Father's Day in Australia? Is that different to the rest of the world? Hey, happy Father's Day to the one and only Ivan! Father of the Princess of Saturn and the ruler of Venus. He woke up to us tickling him to golden age. Oh, ain't that nice? Huh? That ain't nice, I don't know what is. Hey, shouts out to you. Happy Australian Father's Day to all the Australian fathers. Big up. Big up your. It's Saturday Night Live Meaningwave. We had some live Meaningwave on this here Saturday night. It's a beautiful Saturday night to be alive. It's a beautiful Saturday night to, enjoy some Meaningwave with the gang. It's a beautiful Saturday night to go back that JOCKO vinyl campaign. Reserve your JOCKO vinyl. Maybe even treat yourself to a JOCKO Get Some monolith, a beautiful, beautiful artifact carved from the finest of heavy metals and brushed with two-tone powder coated finish. 11 inches wide, 11 inches tall, and 5 inches deep. Imagine that. Isn't it nice to be able to say deep? Deep is a beautiful thing to say. Go back to that vinyl campaign and get that vinyl. We're very, very close to our first stretch goal. Very, 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 very close to our first stretch goal. Oh my goodness. We are so close to our first stretch goal of 8K, at which point everybody gets a gatefold vinyl. We are, how close are we? 7,785. That puts us $215 away from that first stretch goal. Oh my goodness. Get some vinyl today. Get some. Go get some. By Jove, go get some. Link is in the description of the broadcast. Link is in the pinned chat. Now, link is easy to find. Link is right there. IGG, shouts out to IGG. Indiegogo, they say, Akira the Don, why'd you use Indiegogo and Kickstarter? This is similar to what we were talking about Comicsgate earlier, and your boy Zach and Ethan Van Sciver and all those guys. And what happened was your boy Zach did a comic book crowdfunding campaign, when he was going, I think it's a bit weird that you're like turning all the boy superheroes into girl ones, and all the comics are suddenly like really cringe, like ideologically possessed, sort of politically motivated rather than story motivated garbage. This is creepy and weird. I remember I told you before I observed the current incarnation of the mind virus first attaching itself to the comic book industry at the end of 2012. That's where the current incarnation first took root, as far as I could see in my maneuverings. And your boy Zach noticed this, and they said, oh, well, if you don't like comics, make your own comics. So he said, okay, and he made his own comics. He already made his own comics, by the way. But anyway, he made his own comic, and he put it on Kickstarter, and Kickstarter kicked him off. Kickstarter kicked him right off there and said, we do not tolerate hate speech. He said, what the fuck? There was no hate speech in his comic book. His comic book was a team comic book about an ethnically diverse bunch of sort of soldiers. Anyway, I mean, these people are what they are. Turns out that Kickstarter has like some kind of a gatekeeping czar type position where they literally hire a person to make sure everything has got the correct ideological framework, and not even the product has the correct ideological framework, but the people making it. So if the people making it don't fit in with current year what you're supposed to think, then you get yeeted off Kickstarter. So obviously I was never going to go on bloody Kickstarter. Obviously I'm not going to go on Kickstarter. I mean, all I do is, make wholesome, beautiful music to enrich people's lives and help them integrate some of the most useful and profound concepts that man ever came upon. That's all I do. However, that's the sort of thing that is completely antithesis. It's an antithesis to these creepy weirdos. They don't like that at all. They don't like people trying to embetter themselves. They don't like people trying to be, nice to each other. Any of that. So that's why I went in Indiegogo. So you can thank, because Indiegogo, it seems they just leave you alone. They've left me alone. It's nice to be left alone. So that's why we're on Indiegogo. And that's why you should go back that Indiegogo campaign. Shout out to this microphone, by the way. I honestly, it's so much better doing these streams since I got a good microphone. I went years with not a good microphone. Isn't that weird? For my streams, I was using an SM58, which is perfectly fine if you're like in a sweaty basement club singing grunge cover versions. Jordan says people need heroes, something to strive for. Correct. Kevin says, why write new inventive stories with compelling stories and characters, which is hard and risky, when you can just rehash old stories but gay? Well, diminishing returns, that's why. It's no good for these people. I feel very bad for these people. There's a whole generation of people who've been sold an absolute bill of goods, that have been encouraged to go down this uncreative cultural vandalism path. And they're all broke. You know, they're all doing GoFundMes every week to pay for their transition surgery and stuff. Or their shopping. It's true, they're all, like, I've never seen so many GoFundMes in the comic industry. These poor buggers, they can't pay their rent because diminishing returns and all that. So the big companies that encourage them to do this thing are paying them less and less, and the less and less pays for less and less. So these poor fuckers are all broke and destitute and bitter, and you know, their cats are eating their tissues. And it's not a happy life. It's not a nice life, these poor fuckers. They got lied to, you know? They went to college, and college told them a funny idea of what the world was, like we were talking about earlier, what the world is. So you go to college, they tell you what the world is. Their idea of what the world is quite different to the world you experience when you leave education at 16, like what I did. And you go wander around the world and meet people and get involved in activities, you know? You have a different... My view of the world is very, very different to the view of the world of my old school chums who stayed in education, you know what I mean? And when I was deleting my Facebook, when I was deleting everything off Facebook, I saw this stream, because it took a while to delete all these thousands of people, and there was this stream of people that I used to know in previous lives, tumbling past being deleted, and you'd see their little notification of what they were doing. And those ones who went to college and got told one idea of what the world was were uniformly unhappy. Uniformly old before they should have been. Uniformly awash with sorrow and misery. Uniformly raging and railing against a version of the world which I've never come across. I've been all over it. And you think, well, you know, what's the point? Scott Adams talks a lot about, you know, for example, Scott Adams, I read that book by that guy that some people think I should make Meaningwave with, but like, as far as I can tell, I don't know, I've never heard him say anything that meaningful. But, you know, I haven't listened to everything he said, obviously. But I read one of his books because Scott Adams told me to, because Scott Adams, who's a lovely fellow and a smart fellow, likes the idea of kind of, you know, the fact that people have less free will than they think they do. I think that's what he would subscribe to. The other guy thinks it's like 0, full-blown 0. Certainly people are way more suggestible than they realize, and that's an important thing to know. But anyway, I read that book because that guy told me to read that book. But Scott Adams, shouts out to him. But yeah, he likes to look at, you know, the world and the ways of looking at the world as systems. And he's like, you know, okay, if you're a religion, you could think of it as a system. You can think of these things as operating systems or frameworks through which to navigate the world, whatever that might be, you know, whether you think it's a hologram or a dream or whatever the fuck. You got to navigate it, so you need some kind of a system. So which one works? Which one has the best outcome? If you're a system that says, you know, there is no God, there is only matter, and nothing matters, and we're just a tiny little infinitesimal dot in this big swooshy da-da-da. If that's your system, and your system leaves you feeling like fucking shit, it leaves you miserable and sad and tragic, and your body decaying, and your mind decaying, and thinking your life is over and done, like when you're 40, which is when you should be coming into your fucking king stage, or your queen stage if you happen to be a wonderful lady queen. If your system leaves you like that, well, it can't be a very good system, can it? Maybe you should try a different system. Maybe like they should have taught you that at school. Go with the system that comes out with the best results. Your results are not very good. You teenage atheist types, you eternally teenage, hardcore, neo-atheisty types, it isn't working out very well for you. I'm not seeing very many any examples of your system leading to any kind of useful outcome for anybody at all. Anybody. Please, somebody, if someone has an example of one, enlighten me. I enjoyed Christopher Hitchens when I was 14 like everybody else. Now, he did not hang around. He was a firework that burnt bright and popped off, The ones that hung around are not doing their ideology many favors. Astra Quilla, Astra Zoroaster says, Buen dia, woo! Buen dia in the Galleria. Everything you do matters. The things that you do and you don't do are far more important than you think. Quite. That's a good system. That's a good framework. You can adapt either. You can say, nothing fucking matters. But the nothing matters types really don't have very good results from that mode of thinking. It doesn't lead to fun life experiences like in the long term. It doesn't lead to health. It doesn't lead to any kind of lasting sense of meaning, purpose, or joy or anything. Whereas the other one really does seem to, huh? The other one feels like it works. Feels like it works, the other one. That would have been a great transition if I'd had it ready or thought of it. I could have gone into that song. Canav Eat Mars says, dude, I told that to my co-worker Wednesday. What's that? What did you tell your co-worker? Did you tell your co-worker, Meaningwave exists? Because you should have. That would have been useful. Fool Killer says, filters and systems. Exactly. Pixie says, every child is an artist. The problem is how to remain an artist once he grows up. Well, the trick is obviously to be aware that that's what you're doing. Aside from all the stuff about the unlearning and not letting people smash the impulse out of you, which is what school is for. That's why I don't send my child to one of many reasons. But as I was talking about, I've been thinking about this a lot. The trick is to remember that because a child is always aware of their artistry. Because what an artist does is make decisions, and then things happen. So you go, I will put red there and orange there and white there, and oh, now suddenly I have made fire. I put a kick there and a snare there and a hi-hat there and that chord there, and ladies go, woo! And drop their asses to the ground, If I do it in that combination. You're making choices, and that's what little kids are constantly doing, is they're making choices and then they see what happens. They're paying attention. They're seeing what happens. If I do this, then that. If I go like that, then the bug dies. If I do this, then my mother gives me a biscuit. If I do this, then the bookshelf falls over. They're trying things out and they're making decisions, and then they're seeing the consequences and paying attention. People get older, they stop paying attention to the consequences of their actions, and they forget that they are artists making decisions at all times. And that's what your life is. Your life is the artwork that you are creating, and people sometimes forget that they're creating an artwork, and that's why you have so much bad artwork. And that's why I say so many times that the rebranding of art and work as content has led to it becoming no more than that. If you think what you're doing is creating content and churning out stuff for an algorithm, then that's the quality of stuff you will create. If you think you are making art, then you will make art. And if you consider your life as a masterpiece, then that's the kind of life you'll end up having. The more conscious and deliberate you are with what you're doing, obviously the more power you'll have over it, but the more it will reflect your vision, whatever your vision is. And the more intentful and purposeful you are about that vision, the more likely and able you are to create that in the world. And what you'll find is most people, when they think about it really hard, they don't want bad things. They don't want horror. They don't want to be sad. They don't want to be unhealthy. They don't want misery for themselves and others, not when they really, really think about it. So many of our problems are results of people not thinking about things and not thinking them all the way through. If everyone went to school and they said, all right, you're going to basically spend the next 3 weeks sitting down thinking really hard about what it is you want for yourself in the world, and just think about that. Maybe for a month or 3. Had everybody do that. Then have everybody read the Bible, and where it says God did, just replace that with I did. And people would have a much better idea of A, what it is they want, and B, how they might go about getting it. And then perhaps the world would actually be like a wonderful place to inhabit for everybody. And you wouldn't have to do anything horrible or force anybody to do anything horrible, and you wouldn't have to genocide or massacre people or go on TV and call everybody dreaded histophobes that don't go along with your creepy way of thinking. Imagine. You know. Shit. Shecky says, I buy beautiful paintings all the time. Jeremy says, children intuitively apply the scientific method until they are taught not to. Correct. Everything is inversion. The people that tell you believe the science are the people who do not understand what science is and wouldn't recognize a scientific activity if it beat them around the head with 15 test tubes. Jordan B from SK, the answer to think, grow and rich, take action. Jocko. Don't just listen. Do! Knavit Mars, that Meaningwave exists, and let me clarify. That's what you told your friend. I told him the Meaningwave exists, let me clarify. He drank a Monster, high sugar energy drink, and I was like, where's the WOD, workout of the day, at? Do you know that Meaningwave exists? Jason says, teach meditation in schools. Seamus says, your music is incredibly inspiring, mate. Thank you for many hours of positivity and lifting me through some shit times. Zeft or death. Yo, you bad motherfucker. Appreciate you. God Bless You by Jove. Let's put on a nice like Christmassy song to listen to while we talk a little more. While I read some more of your messagings. You know, it's nearly Christmas. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Defcon says that was a lot to unpack and unload. What was? Just the stream in general? Pixie says, just a reminder, thank you for the super chat, says, just a reminder not to jump. Lots of pearls of wisdom coming out of today's stream. Don't jump off! Do not jump. Lemmings. Lemmings. Shecky says, celebrating beauty. Yeah. Old Stock White Canadian says, school wastes children. They aren't born to explore their possibilities and use all their potential and grow. They're repressed to conform. Well, the contemporary school system was created a couple hundred years ago to create people to work in factories. Very specifically and very deliberately, and it has not been updated. Well, it's been updated a little over the past couple of years, and it's a bit weird because they've just kind of come in and said all the stuff that we were saying before, plus now the world doesn't exist and you can describe yourself as a pencil and everyone has to respect your pencil nature, and if they don't, then they get raped or something. As far as I could tell. Like I said, I haven't been near a school. The only time, like, my only interaction with schools happened when I have weird dreams or I'm back at school. Like I had one last night. I had a weird dream last night. I was back at school and we went on a school trip to a kind of like a forest or something, and we had tents and we were in these tents and it was getting dark, and then Jocko Willink came over and he sort of looked at me and he went, Akira. And I was like, oh shit, Jocko, what's up? And I went to like shake his hand, but he gave me a fist bump and then it was mildly awkward. And then he asked me to give him $100. He said I need $100. He goes, I need $100. I didn't ask him what for, but he needed it for something, so I gave him $100 and he said thank you, and he went off. And that was one of the better ones, because usually in my school dreams I'm in a school and then I'm kind of stuck in the school and I can't get out of the school, and that's really awful. You know what I mean? The cool thing about school was I realized at one point, oh shit, I can get out, you know. So I did. I left school when I could, which was when I was 16. I left home the day before my 16th birthday and then continued to go to school whilst living in a variety of places over the next few months, including a tent in the woods of Bamaris, a little town. And I would wake up and hitch into school in the morning, right? And it was like 20-minute car ride, or it was like a couple of hour or two something walk, 3-hour walk, I can't remember. You know, and I did my GCSEs, and then I left, and I never went back, and that was that. I went running around the world having adventures, which I would definitely recommend. I would definitely recommend running off around the world and having adventures. Although I don't know if I'd necessarily recommend it to my own son. For my own son, I certainly wouldn't send him to school or university. But I would kind of like to go on adventures with him, you know. I don't think your children have to go, you have to force your children away from you. I don't think like that's actually necessary. I think it's a strange thing that we've relatively recently built into our culture. The whole like, all right, you're a certain age now, fuck off and never come back. Or whatever. I look forward to having adventures with my family, you know. I look forward to going on big adventures with my wife and son, and whoever else might join the clan. My wife was listening to a Liver King podcast. She didn't know much about him or anything other than he enjoys Meaningwave, you know, and he put Meaningwave in some of his reels, and she, like me, thinks that is cool and respects him just for that basis. Anyone who puts Meaningwave in their reels is obviously a good person. They're obviously a righteous being. Anyway, Liver King is a righteous being, and he's done some podcasts, and wifey was listening to one of them. And one thing that she really liked about his podcast, the guy whose podcast it was said to him, you know, you're the first person I've had on this podcast who brought his family with him. Because Liver King rolls with his family, you know. Wherever he goes, he's got his wife and his 2 sons, Liver Queen and the Liver Boys, and they go everywhere together because they're family, you know what I mean? And my wife loved that, you know, and how strange that that's so rare now. How strange it is that it is now rare for families to roll as a squad, you know what I mean? So much of our society has really pushed at splitting the families apart and having them fracture and go off in different places and all that sort of thing. It's nice when we see them together. Sheki says, Akira is such a sweetheart. I love these heart-to-hearts, and my child can live with me forever. Love that. Jeremy says, school made the smart kids feel bad for going too fast, and the slow ones feel bad for being too slow. So the fast kids stopped going fast, and the slow kids didn't learn to go fast. Yeah. The tyranny of low expectations. Jeremy said, I never liked school for some reason. Teaching was always progressing too slowly. Like everyone had to slow down to the lowest common denominator. And that is a big thing about our contemporary society. I remember my mum telling me she had a job at the council, and there was these beautiful railroads around where she was. These beautiful old-fashioned railroads, and they would sort of wind through the countryside. And some moron pushed something onto the train track somewhere and caused an issue. I don't think it was a major train crash or anything, but it was like they had to go and pull it off or anything. So what they did was built a fucking massive wall along each side of the train track. So now it was no longer a beautiful train track for people to look at from the outside. Oh my God. Did you see that? Just as I said that, there was a beautiful train track visage on the TV. So anyway, yeah, because of like one doofus, it was ruined for everybody. Suddenly there's now big fucking walls on either side of the train track. You can't see the train track anymore. And when you're on the train, you just see a big fucking wall. And you can't see all the beautiful landscape, you know. So for the lowest common denominator possible, for one retard, everything was ruined. And so much of modern society does that. And it's very gay and cringe. And not cool. It is not Cheeto. But, you know, things a bit swing in either way. And beauty will prevail. Beauty will prevail, by Jove. Kevin says, I hear Christmas music. Why no spooky Halloween wave? Well, it's not Halloween. That's why. It's not Halloween. And you say, well, it's not Christmas either. And I say to you, Christmas is a state of mind. I say to you, Christmas is a state of mind. You can summon Christmas whenever you want. Whenever you want, you can summon the spirit of Christmas. And so too, you could with Halloween if you wished. If you wished, you know, for a spooky vibe, you could summon that. Personally, I really like Christmas. I'm very into Christmas. I think it's great. I like the Christmas feeling, and I like to inject it into my life, even when it's not Christmas. That's what it's about.
All really humane people admit that they're rascals. That's, you see, on the side of the not respectable, the selfish. But so also, all humane people should admit that they're jokers, that they're playing games and playing tricks. That I am doing it on I am most ready to admit this. I hoaxed you all into coming here to tell you what? It was a trap, you see, but I'm going to make it an entertaining trap, so that you won't feel so badly about it. Now, this is philosophy, but I think philosophy is like music. You go to a concert and you listen to somebody play Bach, or Mozart, or Beethoven. And what's all that about? And what's all that about? You know, it isn't about anything except
that.
That's what it's about.
Wow.
So in the same
I forgot about this. This was like, this is crazy song. That's Alan Watts saying diddity diddy, and that's his diddity melody.
That's what it's about.
Amazing. Speaking of amazing, we have this vinyl campaign going. Let's quickly check on it before I forget. Also, someone said, what about the International High Five? We were going to do the International High Five. I asked a question, then I don't know if anyone answered. I don't know what happened. Let's do the International High Five. Let's check on our campaign. Let's see how we're doing. We had 27 backers, 778, aiming at 8K for our first stretch goal. And we've just, oh shit, look at that, 28 backers. Shouts out to backer number 28. And we're on 7920. We're just $80 away from our first stretch goal. Shouts out to you, number 28. Who's number 28? Do, do, do. Now that's International High Five. Shit. All right.
That's what it's about.
3, 2, 1. High 4.
So in the same way, as I can see.
High five, you bad motherfuckers, and a big shout out to Pixie, back in number 28. Shout out to you.
Is the same kind of a thing as the dark invention. It's going.
Let's dedicate this diddy-doo-doo-doo to you.
All out there.
And that chicka.
Found in it and breeding. And
Whoa.
And that's the same thing as dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. See? So if you can admit that that's what it's all about, you have a little problem. Because there's not only the threat that is...
Shout out to all those high fives in the chat there. God bless.
A kind of opposite. then are you saying it's merely...
Can you feel it? Can you feel it?
Only a game? Is that all there is to it?
Huh?
Well, what do you think?
Shout out to Pixie back at number 28. We're just $80 away from smashing that first stretch goal by Jove. Can we hit that first stretch goal?
It's through. What did you want?
Oh my goodness.
Didn't you want a game?
Huh?
Did you want it to be serious in the end?
Huh?
I mean, think about the question. What
Blessings!
would you like God to be? What would you like to do for eternity? Really?
Really? That's what it's about. Oh, it's together now.
That's what it's about. You know, that's what it's about. You know, that's what it's about.
Spooky, scary skeletons send shivers down your spine.
Who said they wanted Halloween?
Shrieking skulls will shock your soul. Seal your doom tonight. Spooky, scary skeletons speak with such a scream.
By Joe!
You'll shake and shudder in surprise when you hear these zombies shriek. Spooky, scary, spooky, scary, spooky, scary, spooky, scary, spooky, 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 spooky.
Hey!
Spooky, scary skeletons send shivers down your spine. Shrieking skulls will shock your soul. Seal your doom tonight. Spooky, scary skeletons speak with such a screech. You'll shake and shudder in surprise when you hear these zombies shriek.
By Joe!
Spooky, scary, spooky, scary, spooky, scary, spooky, scary, spooky, 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 spooky.
A little splash of Halloween there, because someone asked for a little splash of Halloween. There's your little splash of Halloween. Ooh, what was that? Spooky Scary Skeletons from Akira the Dawn. I think I did that in 2017 because my son liked that song, so I did a version of it. He was a little spoopy boy. This shit slaps, says 2076. What is this? That is Akira the Dawn Spooky Scary Skeletons from 2017. I believe it was on an EP called Goth Wave. I did a little sort of spooky EP. It's got a song with me and Big Nasty on it that we made for a Minions movie that they didn't use. Which again was us being a bit ahead of our time. Like, we got asked to do it and then they decided they didn't want to have like a kind of like urban rap direction. As I believe they said, they were like, actually, we decided to not do the urban rap direction, and they had like fucking Ariana Grande or something like that, right? But then on the new Minions movie, they got yeet. They really did go on the fucking, like, the Mad Aggie version. They got fucking yeet in a Minions trailer. They got Lyrical Lemonade doing it. And then they had to start, like, I can't believe I missed this. I heard about it the week after the fact. People would just go and watch the Minions movie to, like, for that bit and just turning the fuck up and going crazy in the theater. So they started having to ban people from going to the Minions movie and turning up. Shout out to that Minions movie. I have not seen it. I did actually want to go see it. It came out at the same time as, like, they made that ideologically possessed Buzz Lightyear film, the whole point of which was to present the idea that you don't need a man. A child doesn't need a father. 2 mothers will be perfectly fine. Or even 1. Don't need no fucking father. Was the point of this Buzz Lightyear movie that they released on Father's Day. These people are fucking hilarious. Anyway, the Minions movie came out at the same time and kicked Buzz Lightyear's ass. Those little yellow scamps. I can't verify this. I haven't watched a Minions movie in a long time. Hercules said to me the other way, Dada, did you know Minions speak Spanish? Actually said, do you know they speak Mexican? I said, what do you mean? He goes, that's the language they speak. They're Mexican. I have no way of verifying this at the time, and I forgot about it till now. Enjoyment inflames love in some... fucking hell! Gee whiz, bloody hell. Hello, Hercules.
I spooked you.
Yeah, you spooked me. He just snuck into the studio, snuck underneath my desk, and grabbed my foot. Hello, son. What's going on?
I brought a meme.
What meme have you bought?
It's a meme called "My Disappointment is Immeasurable."
Oh yeah, that's a classic. So what are you trying to do here?
I don't know. I feel like it could be, like last time I played a meme. What was it?
Hang on, why do you want to play a meme?
I don't know. I think I want to do a thing where every stream I play around a meme in the middle of it.
All right.
So here's the meme today.
Do you need to see it or just hear it?
Just hear it.
Okay.
My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined.
All right, so that's Review Bra, and everyone loves Review Bra. And I've actually seen the episode that's from. He was reviewing a Popeye's chicken burger.
Really?
Yeah, he reviews fast food. Somehow he doesn't like look like he's dying, Review Bra, and he like eats a lot of fast food, or he reviews it. He also has a nice AM a radio show he does on the radio. He's a great guy. Question. Yeah. What was the context of that meme? Normally a meme is a reaction to something or inspiring something. Why did you come here and say your day is ruined and your
If you don't subscribe to Meaningwave, your day's ruined.
Oh really? Is that what that Yeah, I agree. I imagine everyone here is subscribed. Is there anyone here who is not subscribed? That would be interesting. Okay, everyone who's here, do me a favor. Check you're subscribed. Check, quick. Check you're subscribed. Otherwise, your day is ruined.
And I'll come to your house and blow you up.
Will you?
That's why I will be ruined.
You're threatening people with terror. You're threatening terrorism on our listeners now.
Yeah.
On Meaningwave and Joyous. Okay.
Subscribe or else.
Subscribe or terrorism will be inflicted upon you.
Or I'll burn your house down.
Oh, you're going to burn the house now?
No, I won't. I'll just explode you.
Just explode the house. I mean, that's fair enough. What else is going on in your world, Hercules? Are you excited about anything?
Yeah. I'm really excited, actually.
What are you really excited about?
Basically, tomorrow or day after tomorrow, my grandma's visiting me, which is really exciting.
Your grandma?
Yeah. I haven't seen her in like 4 years or 5 years, so it's...
Where does she live?
She lives all the way across the world. That's where she lives.
Where?
I can't remember.
Wales.
Wales, yeah.
Yeah, she lives in Wales, and she's
She
coming
lives
all
on
the
the
way.
back of a whale, just
on
like
the back of a whale.
Pinocchio's dad.
Just like Pinocchio's dad. He was in a whale, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He was right in a whale. We actually played a song earlier called "Standing on a Whale."
Really?
Yeah. How about that? Synchronicity. Isn't that beautiful? So your grandma, or Nine as they're called in Wales, Nine and Tide, his grandma and grandfather in Wales, she's coming all the way to Mexico to see you, huh?
Yeah.
And yet you're very excited. Yeah. What are you going to do with her?
Go to many coffee shops, play video games, go to a resort thingy.
The microphone is here and the direction of the
resort
camera
thingy.
is that way.
Lots of things.
Yeah?
One of them is going to an art gallery, which I don't want to go to.
Oh. Okay.
Because I think art galleries are boring.
Do you? Is that what you think?
Yeah.
What makes you think that?
You just there's not even any seats. You just stand up and look at pictures with random colours on them. It's not very interesting.
No.
And people call it art, but really it's just a stupid 4-year-old splattering a paintbrush over a piece of paper. Based. And then that's art, they say. It's not. You just. And they make so much money off of it. It's so unfair to other people doing way better things.
What about like great art, like really good paintings?
Like The Scream or Mona Lisa
or
something.
How do you know this stuff?
Huh?
How do you know this stuff?
It's popular.
Popular.
It's just right here.
There is good art, but I do understand there is some atrociously bad stuff pretending to be art, and people do get paid lots of money for it.
Like red, black, and white, just splatters of paint on a piece of paper. It's disrespectful.
Disrespectful to actual art.
Good art, yeah.
Speaking of which, have you done any actual good art lately?
Yeah, actually. This morning.
This morning?
Yeah.
What did you do?
When I went to Liverpool, I drew Among Us character.
Yeah.
Sus, but with giant creepy claws and hearts sticking out of his back and people dead and spiky tongue and creepy, it's really gross.
Sounds like great art.
It is good.
Is that what you would consider as good art?
No, not really. I consider good art is like an anime.
Yes.
Or something like manga.
Yes.
Or Mona Lisa.
Mona Lisa or good manga.
Yeah.
Anime. And what's good anime to you? What's your favorite anime?
Attack on Titan.
Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
Which is coming back in January for the final season, part 4, part 3.
They've made so many parts, I feel like they should have just made a season 7 by now.
Yeah, the final season part. It's because you say something's the final season, everyone goes, oh shit, I better watch this. Then you can just keep doing that.
Yeah.
Final season, the final season.
And eventually on final season part 20 billion, they'll be like, hey, you've been screwing around with us this whole year, die.
What other anime do you like?
Demon Slayer.
Why do you like Demon Slayer?
Blood. And gore. And Nezuko. And more blood and gore.
Who's Nezuko?
Cool anime person.
She a girl?
Yeah.
You like her?
Yeah.
She your crush?
Yeah.
Do you have a crush on Nezuko?
Not anymore.
Really?
Not much anymore.
Who's your crush nowadays?
Flame Princess from Adventure Time.
Oh, well, you're out of luck there. Which princess?
Flame Princess.
Oh, Flame Princess. Who's Flame Princess?
You
You raced ahead. I didn't see the last couple seasons.
My
You'd run off ahead.
disappointment.
There you go. That would be
immeasurable.
a good. You should have pulled your meme out.
And my days.
Yeah, you should have pulled your meme out. Yeah.
I'm back.
Hey, welcome. Good to see you. What happened in that Demon Slayer that you had on earlier?
The main character wakes up in front of a bunch of important people and they're like, die. You bring a demon on with you, aka Nezuko, for like 4 years without us knowing because we're stupid. Now you're gonna die. And then they try to kill them both, but then the leader of the important dudes come and are like, hey, stop that.
So
now.
What was this? What kind of a story was it? Because we identified, didn't we, that it was a thing that you see in a lot of stories. It seems to be a part of the heroic.
Like dude's family dies.
Uh-huh.
Dude goes with last loved one around world.
Dude goes on adventure.
Yeah.
Forced to go on an adventure. Well, something for he'll be But the thing we noticed was, right, in all the stories that we've watched that we like, there's always the hero always encounters a trial, as in a literal trial, where he's pulled up in front of a group of people and made to stand trial for doing the right thing, right? Yeah. For doing the right thing.
Yeah.
And why is that?
We can't say it. There's spoilers. There's spoilers.
No, I mean, like, why is it that in the stories that happens?
Because normally they're trying to do a good thing,
Mm-hmm.
and then the guys who also think they're doing good things are like, "Oi, die."
Well, no, it's because what we were talking about. In life, you will be forced to stand trial for doing the right thing. Doing the right thing you'll be forced by some elements of society to kind of stand up for that.
Yeah, exactly. You go. That's the hero story, but also the person's story. Probably when you're 26, you'll get drunk and go on trial, or something. I don't know. I haven't lived half my life yet, so.
No, you've got a lot of life left to live.
Yeah.
You've got a great deal of life left to live. How old are you now?
Nueve
años. Is that your cat?
Yeah.
Did I just hear your cat?
Yeah.
Is that your cat coming down to visit us? Wow, Yeah, of course. Your cat can enter. We got all the stars. All the stars. Jason says the archetypal hero. Old stock white Canadian says you can scroll back. How dare you? Sheila says hero's journey. 2076 says strong-willed, competent, can wield the power of a fire, curvy, smoking. Oh, 2076 says flame princess is curvy. Really, I got to look up flame princess. Yeah, Adventure Time kind of went off the rails a bit. Flame princess. I should look this up. I should know. Oh yeah, flame princess is stacked. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I approve of Flame Princess. Flame Princess is pretty hot. How'd you get it?
I get that joke.
Huh?
I get that joke.
You get that joke? It's not bad, it's good. Here's Hug. You've got your cat with you.
Meow, meow, meow.
El Gato.
Meow, meow.
Dakota.
Meow, meow.
The street cat that you manifested.
Meow, meow, meow,
Have you tried? So Hercules, you might know this. Hercules wanted an orange cat back when we were in Texas, right?
Yeah.
And then we came to Mexico, and after a little while, and Herky really wanted a cat. What started happening?
I visited a cat on the streets for
This
half
cat
a year.
started hanging outside the house and coming up to Hercules when Hercules would come back to the house, and so we adopted this cat, huh? Yeah. You manifested this cat. So you are obviously aware of how powerful you are because you manifested this cat, right?
Hell yeah.
You brought the cat into existence. Have you tried manifesting anything since?
Snow.
Snow. You did.
Snow.
You manifested snow. I forgot about that.
Ow, I can't hold them anymore.
That's okay. Go off. Go and hunt some beasts. Have you tried manifesting anything recently?
No.
What about your nan?
My nan?
Well, you were wishing for a family member to visit, weren't you?
And that happened, so.
Yeah. How about that?
There's one thing that I'd wish to happen right now is for Smallville to be over instantly.
Instantly?
Yeah, because I want to see the ending. And see
That's not going to happen. We're only on
and see
season
him
3. We're watching Smallville currently as like a family watching thing, you know? And there's 10 seasons of Smallville. We've just started season 3.
That's how many seasons of Adventure Time there are.
Yeah, but you binged all those and watched like the whole lot in like 2 days.
Yeah. Actually, no, like it took like a week, but it's still not that long.
Yeah. Well, so yeah, Smallville won't be going away anytime soon. Kevin Gruber says, I think you're wrong. The cat adopted you. He saw Herc's wavy vibes and pursued them. Shecky says, that cat is so chill. He's a very chill cat.
He is very chill, but it also means he's not very strong. And he's very fat, which is not good.
He did get a bit fat. He was out there on the street.
A bit.
He's a street cat, you know. He was out there fending for his life.
And now he's not.
And he got a bit fat. And it's funny because you see his brothers and sisters are still out there on the street, you know. And they are not fat. One of them has only got one eye. One of them lost an eye.
One of them is kind of fat, though.
Oh, really?
The sister.
The sister? What, the black one?
Yeah, because Benji feeds her.
Really?
Yeah.
She don't look fat to me. But...
She's a tiny bit fat, like half Dakota's weight.
Right. Okay. And you want to adopt the other cats, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I said that when we build our house, we'll build a big house and you can adopt more cats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mum disagrees with this idea. She does not want cats going all over her, I guess.
Earl says you should add cuts of Hercules in some songs. You've been in some songs, haven't you, Hercules?
Yeah.
Yeah, Hercules is in a bunch of songs.
Hey, do you guys want me to... I'm about to sing this Jason's comment right now. Get ready for bad singing. Somebody say...
Hang on, I'll put the reverb on. I'll put reverb on you. You need reverb. I've worked out recently. Reverb is good.
Somebody save me!
Yeah, that was horrible. Somebody save me. Where'd I go? Put your warm hand. Let your warm hand break right through.
Wait, I have a great idea.
Hey, what's that?
Everyone in chat sing parts of that song.
Great idea.
And then we can all sing it.
Everyone sing.
Everyone
Somebody
sing.
save
Start
me.
from the very start.
Yeah, it doesn't really work like that with chat departments. People will type different things. It'll be a calamitous thing. Oh, the cat's back.
We'll try.
Ooh, look, he's looking. Look at that booty. Garfield looking ass. Yo. Oh my goodness.
Somebody.
Yeah, how do you get so big? Jason says 10 out of 10. Indeed. Indeed.
Somebody save
What songs have you been on, Herc?
What?
What songs have you been on?
What that I sing?
He was on Playful. Someone was asking me the other day, who's that person going, yeah, baby, on Playful. So that was Hercules.
What?
Yeah. Booyah, baby, let's go. You know that one?
No.
You're on it.
Oh.
You're on a bunch of songs. Do you want to make some more songs?
Yeah, I have one.
What's
you
that?
Guys, Diamonds.
Oh, no, I said you want to make some more
Yeah,
songs.
I do.
Okay.
I really do, but like...
Okay, cool. What do you want to make songs about?
My voice is worse, so it's kind of hard to make good songs. But I want to make songs about, to be honest, anything. You could make lyrics for a song and I could sing it.
You're very good at coming up with your own lyrics.
Song.
You can just freestyle the whole song.
Yeah, but when I freestyle, sometimes the words I say stutter and I say the same thing again, and it makes the song sound like a 2-year-old wrote it.
That's
which
fine.
Is not
That's
good.
cool. That's like most songs. That's like every rap song in 2016 sounded like that, and it was great.
Really?
Yeah, it's good. Songs
Like
that sound like
Kanye, whoop.
yeah, songs that sound like 2-year-olds wrote them are great. Tell you what, why don't you grab those headphones?
What headphones?
Those
Wait, and I can
silver
sing
ones.
a song?
Yeah. Grab those silver headphones there. Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna run, never gonna make you cry. Give me that. Yeah, you need to unplug the headphones. Never gonna say goodbye. Huh? Yeah. Yeah, exactly that. You know. Shouts out to everybody locked in. 2076 says Hero's Journey song. Hero's Journey type beats. Actually, how can we do this? Talk to the people while I plug in these headphones, buddy.
How's your day been? My day's been good. Okay, bye. I'm just joking. Hey, you guys want to hear a joke? Why did the skeleton buy milk?
I don't know. Why did the skeleton
To
buy
make
milk?
his bones bigger.
All right, do me a favor.
Yeah.
Go plug those back in. I'll just work this out. It's a bit complicated, but it'll be fine. Plug those in. Alrighty. Oh, hang on. Bring it in. Give us this.
Okie dokie.
Okie dokie. Very good. What voice is that?
Luigi.
It's Luigi.
Yahoo!
Yahoo! There you go. Take that.
Okie dokie.
Plug it into the hole.
Yeah.
Yes. The one it was in. The one that says 1.
There we go.
There we go. Yeah. Plug it into that hole. And you see there's those those glowing buttons?
See?
Yeah, press those.
Wait, all of them?
The two in between the two.
Wait, 1 and 2.
The ones in between those. Press those.
Oh, these?
Yep.
One at once? Same
Yep.
time?
Yep. Great. Okay, now put these on.
Okie dokie. How loud is it?
We can adjust it, I think. It should be fine. Can you hear anything?
Okie dokie.
Can you hear?
That is good.
Yeah?
Yahoo!
Oh, amazing. Okay, I'll give you some reverb. How's this? Try speaking into the microphone.
I can hear our old voice.
Oh, yeah?
Never gonna give you up, Actually, that's gonna get us copyrighted.
Yeah.
I can hear my old self in the back. Like you. Is that supposed to happen?
I don't know what that means. Yeah. We got a little herky in the house. What up?
Subscribe! Subscribe or I'll burn your house down. Subscribe or I'll kill your mother. That's a joke. Subscribe right now, or I may have to explode you. Subscribe right now. Do it, you.
Yeah. Swag. Whoop. Swag. Whoop. Swag. Whoop. Swag.
Remember to like the video. Turn that bell on also.
Swag.
If you don't, I'll burn your house down. I'll also explode you.
What else? It's a banger.
Subscribe or I'll burn your house down. Woo! Subscribe right now.
Yeah.
Click that like also and hit that bell. Oh yeah.
Dingo.
Subscribe right now.
Yeah.
Subscribe or I'll burn your house down.
Burn your house down.
Subscribe right now.
Right now.
Or I'll burn your house down.
That's a good chorus. That's a really good chorus. We need a verse. Maybe you could rap something about that fire princess or whatever.
No.
No? Maybe about something else?
I don't know.
Your nan coming to visit?
I'm thinking of another verse, so I'm just.
Hero's journey? Suggest things in the chat for Hercules to rap about. Yeah, people are saying fire princess.
Subscribe right now.
Oh yeah, the fire princess will burn your house down.
No! I'm not doing that.
Alright.
Watch season 10 of Adventure Time. It's a masterpiece.
Of fiery thickness.
Subscribe. Subscribe now or I'll burn your house down. This is the chorus. I'm running out of verses, so I'm just gonna jibber jabber. Subscribe.
Yeah.
Like. Hit that bell. Yeah.
Swag. Someone's saying you should rap about Nezuko.
No.
You could rap about Nezuko.
No.
Why not?
No.
Nezuko,
It's
she got a thing in her mouth. Nezuko, she living in a box. Yo, living in a box.
She does
Get
live in a box.
carried around the country on the back of a brother. I wish I had a brother like that. Ain't no other like that. Apart from that cat, he's fat. Look at him down there. His ass is sticking out of that curtain. I'm certain he should eat less food. Don't tread on his tail. That's rude.
This dude stabbed Nezuko while she was in a box. It looked very painful.
Keep going. That it? That all you got?
There's one more.
You got a bit more. All right, here it comes. Here it comes. Here it comes.
Subscribe.
Yeah.
Get ready.
We ready, baby?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the video, hit that bell and subscribe. Yeah. Subscribe. Like. Or I'll kill you. That's a joke. If you didn't get that, YouTube, please don't sue me. That was a joke. If you can clearly see, that was absolutely, positively, super duper. Just like the video. Whoop.
Subscribe or I'll burn your house down. Subscribe or I'll burn your house down.
Subscribe.
Subscribe or I'll burn your house down. It's a banger.
Subscribe.
Flame Princess is fire. Look at Flame Princess. Look at that big flaming booty.
If you don't like and subscribe and hit that bell,
What happens?
then I'm gonna kick your door down and burn your damn house down.
No!
Yeah!
No!
So subscribe, like, and hit that bell right there.
I think they got the message.
Alright, do it. I'm the kid who will burn your damn house down.
Blessed
Subscribe.
house. Blessed.
Subscribe. When life gives you lemons, take them out the freezer and make lemonade.
Yeah!
Actually, you know what? When life gives you lemons, don't make lemonade. Use them to make orange juice. Or lemon and orange juice so it has a flavor.
You need some
And
orange.
flavor them to death.
Yeah!
Subscribe.
Wow, there you go. Lil Herc. Subscribe or he'll burn your house down.
Flame Princess is hot.
Flaming Princess is hot. There you go. Oh my goodness. Make some noise for Lil Herc. He just came through, and I just remembered how that began. He came through and scared the shit out of me by grabbing my leg. And as a result, there's a weird little box in the bottom corner of this video. How has that happened? Look at that. We got a double. That wasn't there before. How did that get there? And why won't it? How do we get rid of it? I don't know if we can. Oh my goodness. That's crazy. Thanks, Lil Herc. Oh, there it goes. Thank you, Lil Herc. What a blessing. What an absolute blessing. Full Killer says burn people's houses down with lemons. That's a good idea. That's a great idea. Yeah, I'm going to have to watch that Adventure Time season with the Flaming Princess in it. That Flaming Princess. My type of woman. Jason says she is literally hot. Hello, Joel, says evening, y'all. Evening. Shecky says thank you, Herc. Wizard Slayer Rumble Bear says you're awesome, lad. I'm half asleep, but you're better than your dad. Let's go. Is that a rhyme? Is that a rhyme? Very good. Let's go. Early in the UK, dude, and belated happy birthday. Ha, your kid's a legend. It's amazing how you can tell someone's British just from like half a syllable. Even on the internet. It was amazing when I was DJing. Someone had come in the club. I knew when I was DJing in Hollywood, I'd know when a British person had come in the club. Before I even saw them, you just feel that British energy. Oh god, here we go. Here it comes. Someone's gonna come over and they'll be like, and they'll start making funny comments about what you're wearing or what you're playing or general things. God bless the British. Jordan B from SK says, think it was year 4 party stream when Akira said, blessed are we. Now when I type it, it kind of looks like I'm asking a question. Blessed are we? Blessed we are. Yoga Max says, I crave that shirt, bruh. Which shirt would that be? What was Hercules wearing? I need to rewind my own stream. I'm going to rewind my own stream and see what shirt Hercules was wearing. Hey, he was wearing that sick Sonic and Mario shirt that his grandfather Stefan got him for Christmas. That's nice. That was nice. Get That Good Feeling. Oh my goodness, this was Get That Good Feeling, formerly known as Blink 69, when it was on Bliss Point as an instrumental, which is what I'm playing right now. Shouts out to Herc. I wonder if anyone liked... Did anyone like and subscribe as a result of Herc's encouragements? Wizard Slayer. Last week I was up running. This week has been hard. Talk about British energy. We are the same age, dude. Love the cross-training dude. Amen, I think. It ain't always going to be easy, baby. The important thing is you keep moving forward like that stupid-ass fish. Yoga Max says, bro, I want to see you play the Meaningwave soundboard like the piano. You know I do. Kevin Gruber says, I would if I already liked and subscribed. Schism is the same with it's good. We have this question every stream. Schism says, when are you coming back to the USA? The answer is, I don't know. I'm not allowed in the country. Because I chose not to have an unnecessary medical procedure. And I didn't force it on my son. Do you see the size of him? Or my wife. So they won't let me back in the country. All my stuff is there, but they won't let me back in. This happened a while ago, you know. We've made a new life here in Mexico. I actually don't know if we'll ever go back. I mean, I'd like to. I'd like to visit, maybe. You know, a few people have asked me to go on their TV shows and things like that. There's things I'd love to do. There's people I'd like to visit. I've got friends. I'd love to get my shit back. But yeah, they won't let me in the country. I'm not allowed in. So I don't know. Life is a grand adventure. And I am grateful for all of it. You know, it's funny how this past couple years, past year or so, really aren't what I thought they were going to be. I had a whole bunch of other things planned. I was planning to go on tour, brothers and sisters. I was planning to do a Meaningwave tour across the USA. I was going to go on the biggest TV show in the country. There were so many things I was planning to do. But God had other plans. You know, man plans and God. God said, Akira the Don, you've got to go move to Mexico and get into CrossFit. You've got to get yourself in shape, I'm afraid. You're not in shape. You're out here doing all this Meaningwave, but you still haven't integrated your physicality. There's still work for you to do, Akira the Don, before you get to do the other things. And you going out on tour across the nation with your underdeveloped child body, that's not going to be good for you or the world. So we're going to send you to Mexico, and you're going to go become mad hench. And then we'll see about other things. That's what's going on. Hey, look, it's my guy. Hey, look who it is. Look at that beautiful man. Yeah. 2076 says, I want to be a groupie for the Meaningwave tour. Because I can't afford to follow you around and go to every one of your shows yet. Did they pay those groupies? I mean, I suppose they did, didn't they? They did, you know, pay them to come around with them because they were providing a useful service. Morale is important. Jeremy Pelletier says Jocko would have one thing to say.
Get after it.
No, not that one. He would say good. Yes, you're right.
Perfect.
Exactly. 2076 says God wanted you to maintain zone inhabitation. For now. Ain't no stopping the popping. You put me on a tour, I'll still stay in that zone. I got a laptop. I mean, fuck's sake, I carried on making a non-stop stream of music whilst, like, you know, moving country without even realizing that was what was happening. Jules Vaughn says, listening to God, epic. I mean, what could be more epic than listening to God? Listening to Coldplay? I don't think so. Kevin says, Akira just crossed the border without paperwork. Makes you COVID safe because reasons. Yeah. You know, I don't want to be where I'm not appreciated. I don't want to go where I'm not appreciated. Hey. This superconductor says, Schism is my husband. Oh my goodness. Wow. How lovely. Hello, Schism, husband of the superconductor. Shaky says, you are kicking ass and Playa del Carmen. Baby, I kick ass wherever. You put me on the dark side of the moon, I'll make that shit go boom. Yeah, diggity dig. 2076 says, how's CrossFit been lately? Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful, except I injured myself on Thursday. No, nothing to do with CrossFit. It was literally me hanging off a bar at the beginning, before the class even started, swinging myself backwards and forwards, and then getting gassed up and thinking I was a gymnast or something, and then having a weird flashback to being a little kid and swinging on the swings. And you know the thing where you swing on the swings and you get about as high as you can, and then you jump off, right? Well, I was swinging myself off the bars, and I got about as high as I could, and I just let go. And then I thought, oh shit, why did I do that? That was stupid. And then I went flying across the room in slow motion, sort of looking around as everyone went, oh no, Akira! And then I kind of like landed on the floor, kind of on one leg, and sort of hopped and thought I'd styled it out. And then I couldn't walk at all yesterday, but you know, I'm standing up today, obviously, although I'm basically standing pretty much mostly on my right leg, as you might have noticed. I've had a bit of a, you know. But apart from that, wonderful. I love CrossFit. It's one of the best things that ever happened. Was finding that and getting into that and getting good at that, relatively, certainly compared to what I was. I can fucking wall ball all day now. When I remember the time when I was like 5 wall balls would make me feel sick. I can wall ball all day. Amazing. Wizard Slayer Rumble Bear says it's 4 o'clock in the United Kingdom. Do I wake up or do I get... Wait, it's 4 o'clock. Do I wake up or get up? Wake up or get up. That is a fucking quandary. That is a quandary. Wake up or get up. I'll let the chat decide. Let's let the chat decide. Wake up or get up? Which is it gonna be? You know, I would... What would I do? I think I would probably get that good feeling. You know? Probably go get that good feeling. I reckon.
It's this fear of discomfort. People have this extreme feeling in their mind when it comes to their associations with exercise. They want to avoid discomfort. They feel like any type of exercise is just like something to be avoided. That's not for me. Fuck that. I don't want to sweat. I don't want to strain. I don't want to sweat. I don't want to strain. A lot of times this association that they have is about the beginnings of getting in shape. It's not about once you're actually fit. Because once you're actually fit and you look forward to it, it feels great. If I can't get a workout in, I look at my schedule and go, oh shit, I don't have any time for a workout, which means I'm not going to get that good feeling. Get that good feeling. So instead of looking at it like, oh, I've got to go grunt and sweat, I'm thinking I'm not going to feel good. I'm not going to feel relaxed. I'm not going to feel carefree. Even appreciative, like my appreciation of things, it gets enhanced greatly after exercise. Yeah. I just feel better. I wanna sweat, I wanna strain, I wanna sweat, I wanna strain, I wanna sweat, I wanna strain. Whoa, get that good feeling. Get that good feeling. Get that good feeling. I wanna sweat, I wanna strain, I wanna sweat, I wanna strain. I wanna sweat, I wanna strain. I wanna sweat, I wanna strain. Get that good feeling. Get that good feeling. Get that good feeling. Most people strain, I wanna sweat, I wanna yeah. I wanna sweat, I wanna strain. I wanna sweat, I wanna strain. Get that good feeling. Get that good feeling. I wanna sweat, I wanna strain. I wanna sweat, I wanna strain. Yeah. I wanna strain. I wanna get that good feeling. Get that good feeling. Get that good feeling.
Get that good feeling, baby. Come on. What you think you're doing? Get that good feeling. That's obviously the right thing to do, is get that good feeling. And let's check in on that campaign before we get out of here. I just realized I've got to get out of here. Let's see how we were doing. Oh shit, look at that. 29 backers. Who's back at 29? Nice. We are over the first stretch goal. We are at 8,090 USD. We are past that first stretch goal. We've got our first 29 backers. Everyone is getting Gatefold vinyl. It's happening. The Gatefold vinyl stretch goal is reached. Praise the Lord. You know what that means? See, that means that your vinyl. Ooh. That means that your vinyl. See this? This is the beautiful aesthetic vinyl, and this is a gatefold because it does this, right? It goes open. Oh, look at that. See? Gatefold. You're getting a gatefold. Booyah, baby. It's happening. It's happening. Gatefold. Next thing we're aiming at, the next stretch goal at 10K. What we want to do is give you all one of these lovely, there you go, one of these lovely lyric books with the lyrics in it, you know. And nice artwork. Ooh. I'm banging mine around. Nice artwork and lyrics, you know, so you can read all the lyrics. You know what I mean? We were looking at a couple of different manufacturers who could possibly do it quicker. One of them, annoyingly, only does 4-page booklets. Wouldn't do, so we're not going with them. Imagine only a 4-page booklet. That's no good. How can you fit all of the beautiful Meaningwave lyrics on 4 pages? You need at least 10. This was a 12-page booklet. Also, it's important to have nice little details, like, you know, this, for example, we had Peterson's music artwork, just the lines there, very nice. And the little quote here, see that? Nice little quote. See that? Get yourself together, transcend your suffering, see if you can be some kind of hero. See, that's a nice thing. That's a nice thing to have in a lyric book right there, you know what I mean? And this one had this camera's pointing over the wrong way. This one had this nice picture of me, had some nice writing in it, nice little story, little signature there. Very nice. You know, very nice. Kevin Gruber says, quality above all else. Meaningwave needs to last as long as possible. Shaky says, more space for art. Woo. Old Stock White Canadian says, gorgeous. Indeed. 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 Yeah, go get that good feeling. Get some vinyl. Go back that vinyl campaign. Let's see if we can't get as a lyric book. That would be nice. Wizard Slayer Rumble Bear says, I'll donate privately. Your music is awesome. You are breathtaking. It is you that are breathtaking. Did we work out whether you were gonna which thing you were gonna do? Did we work that out? Stock White Canadian says $80 from first goal. When was that? Was there a quick movement? Did something happen? I'm confused. Was that the past? I want to strain. I want to get. Anyway, who was back at 29? Who was back at 29? Let yourself be known so that we can appreciate you.
Good feeling.
Because we do! Matthew Felty says, welcome Schism and Miss Superconductor. Wizard Slayer Rumble Bear says, where are you, dude? It's 4:20 in the UK, dude. I am in Playa del Carmen, Mexico. Get that good feeling! Get that good feeling!
Most people, their associations are void. Anything that's uncomfortable. It's so illogical. Discomfort is your friend. It really is. Discomfort, not being happy and content with certain situations. Yeah. They're massive, massive motivators. They're amazing at facilitating change. Yet our instinct is to with those and just sit on the couch and watch some fucking reality show. It's bizarre. When I get really disciplined and really consistent with my workouts, I almost feel momentum. I feel like there's push behind me, like, all right, yeah, now I'm doing sweat. I want to strain.
I want to sweat. I want to strain.
I want to strain.
I want to sweat. I want to strain. Get that good feeling. Get that good feeling.
I want to strain. I want to sweat. 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 I want to strain. Get that good feeling. Get that good feeling.
Get that good feeling. Yo, someone said, who said, someone said, who said, who said. Oh, White Canadian, I think it was, said, Old Stock White Canadian, said, gorgeous. You should send that to one of those to Dr. Peterson. Why would you think that I hadn't? Huh? Why would you think that wouldn't be the first thing you would do? And he sent me a really nice email. He was very impressed with his vinyl, of course. I mean, imagine, you would be, wouldn't you? Bloody hell. Imagine you get one of those with you on it. Amazing. You can do that. You can do that. Stop working, Canadian. He hit the 8K mark with like 10 seconds before we hit it. I said that lol. I see. I think I understand.
Career decisions, like an uncomfortable decision.
Make some noise for yourself. Meaningwave Autonomous Zone is a beautiful day to be alive.
Is in life, but you don't do it. Instead, you fuck off. And that inclination to fuck off, that gathers momentum as well. The inclination to be disciplined, that comes with momentum. I think both things. You take a path. I wanna sweat, I wanna strain, I wanna sweat, I wanna strain,
I wanna sweat,
I wanna strain,
I wanna sweat,
I wanna strain.
Get that good, get that good, get that good, get that good feeling.
I wanna strain, I wanna sweat, I wanna strain, I wanna sweat, I wanna strain,
I wanna sweat, I wanna strain, get that good feeling, get that good feeling, get that good feeling.
It feels great.
Yeah. Feels great. G-R-A-T-E, great. It feels great.
You take a path, or the path of the fuck off. Your body is like a race car that you can juice up yourself. Like you can add the fat tires, you can add improved suspension, you can beef up the horsepower of the engine. You can do all that yourself. Or you could just choose to have this shitty body. No one's under the illusion that you're gonna live forever, but you are enhancing the experience that you're currently involved in right now. You are alive, you experience this life, but do you experience this life optimally? Is it as enjoyable as it can be? And we all know that there's a spectrum for that enjoyability. Like we've all had times in our life where it's not been so great, and then times in our life everything came together like, what a fucking great day! Woo! 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 Great day!
All together now.
Great day! Woo! Great day! Great day! Great day! Woo! Great day! Woo! Great day! Woo! Great day! Great day! Great day! Woo! Great day! Woo! Great day! Great day! Great day! Great day! Great day! Woo! Great day! Woo! Great day! Woo! Great day! Woo! Make more of those.
Make more of those.
Make more of those.
You can make more of those.
And then the whole thing's better. And I think when that whole thing is better, it affects everybody you touch, everybody that's around you, when you come in contact with. That in turn, I mean, it sounds so grandiose, but in turn can affect the entire world.
Hey, bless up, you bad motherfuckers. We had the time, we had the fun. We've yet to have our finest hour. Meaningwave outside of his zone. It's a beautiful day to be alive. Make some noise for yourselves. Thank you all for being here. Shouts out to everyone locked in. Thank you everyone who supported this stream. Thank you to everyone who supported this endeavor of meaning. Thanks to everyone who's backed that campaign. Big up Pixie, what's up? I dedicate this to you. Yeah, you. See you right there, you beautiful thing. What up? Yeah.
I'm sorry, but I don't want to be an emperor. That's not my business. I don't want to rule or conquer anyone. I should like to help everyone if possible. Jew, Gentile, black man, white. We all want to help one another. Human beings are like that. We want to live by each other's happiness, not by each other's misery. We don't want to hate and despise one another. In this world, there's room for everyone, and the good earth is rich and can provide for everyone. The way of life can be free and beautiful, but we have lost the way. Greed has poisoned men's souls, has barricaded the world with hate, has goose-stepped us into misery and bloodshed. We have developed speed, but we have shut ourselves in. Machinery that gives abundance has left us in want. Our knowledge has made us cynical, our cleverness hard and unkind. We think too much and feel too little. More than machinery, we need humanity. More than cleverness, we need kindness and gentleness. Without these qualities, life will be violent, and all will be lost. The aeroplane and the radio have brought us closer together. The very nature of these inventions cries out for the goodness in men, cries out for universal brotherhood, for the unity of us all. Even now, my voice is reaching millions throughout the world. Millions of despairing men, women, and little children, victims of a system that makes men torture and imprison innocent people. To those who can hear me, I say, do not despair. The misery that is now upon us is but the passing of greed, the bitterness of men who fear the way of human progress. The hate of men will pass, and dictators die, and the power they took from the people will return to the people. And so long as men die, liberty will never perish. Soldiers, don't give yourselves to brutes. Men who despise you, enslave you, who regiment your lives, tell you what to do, what to think, or what to feel, who drill you, diet you, treat you like cattle, use you as cannon fodder. Don't give yourselves to these unnatural men, machine men, with machine minds and machine hearts. You are not machines, you are not cattle, you are men. You have the love of humanity in your hearts. You don't hate, only the unloved hate, the unloved and the unnatural. Soldiers, don't fight for slavery, fight for liberty. In the 17th chapter of St. Luke it is written, the kingdom of God is within man, not one man nor a group of men, but in all men, in you. You, the people, have the power to create machines, the power to create happiness. You, the people, have the power to make this life free and beautiful, to make this life a wonderful adventure. Then in the name of democracy, let us use that power. Let us all unite. Let us fight for a new world, a decent world, that will give men a chance to work, that will give youth a future and old age a security. By the promise of these things, brutes have risen to power, but they lie. They do not fulfill that promise. They never will. Dictators free themselves, but they enslave the people. Now let us fight to fulfill that promise. Let us fight to free the world, to do away with national barriers, to do away with greed, with hate and intolerance. Let us fight for a world of reason, a world where science and progress will lead to all men's happiness. Soldiers, in the name of democracy, let us all unite!
Yeah! Oh, baby, there you flipping go. Well, if that ain't nice, I don't know what is. Yeah. This ain't nice, I don't know what is. Hanging out with you on a beautiful Saturday night ain't nice. I don't know what is.
Akira.
Bless up each and every one of you. Thank you for being here. I've been Akira the Don. This has been that Meaningwave Saturday Night Live. Joanna BK from SK says epic. Val says big mood. Many wave emojis are being dropped all over the place. Matthew Felty says applause. Much joy. Lisbeth C says Hercules has awesome taste in anime. Attack on Titan and Demon Slayer are my favorites too. Along with my 8 and 14-year-old kids are the best. Rumble Bear. What up? About to go to bed. At 4:30 a.m. in the UK, shout out to you. FL Space Bear says super based. Johnny C said, this has been great. I swear I am energized and yet ready to rest for tomorrow's wonderful adventure. Thank you, Matthew Felty, for the support. This shit should be on every fucking broadcast, says All Stock Wikipedia. This one gave you the chills. Awesome, says Pixie. Yeah, unite, says Shecky. Wow, says All Stock Canadian. Dude. Wizard Slayer Rumble Bear says this music should be compulsory in schools. I bought 5 albums. Is that a donation, dude? That is a righteous investment in yourself. And I appreciate the support. Big up you. Big up all of you. Thank you for being here. You brave, beautiful, bad motherfuckers, you. Time to watch some anime, says Jordan B from SK. A&B's dropped a beautiful cacophony of visual things. Emojis, they call them, yes. Yes, they do. Time for me to get out of here. My leg is giving way. Yo, time for me to hobble off up them wooden hills. As my grandfather used to say, up them wooden hills to Bedfordshire. Go up them wooden hills to Bedfordshire. He would say in his Brummie accent, because he was a Brummagem fellow. From Cannock. Cannock! God bless him. He fought in a war and shot a donkey. He was a wonderful father. And a wonderful grandfather. Shout out to all the fathers, all the grandfathers, all the mothers, all the grandmothers. Hercules is very excited. He's going to see his grandmother. How about that? I hope you guys see someone you love soon. I hope you see someone you love soon. Hey, maybe you're seeing someone you love right now. Maybe they're right across from you. That's nice. Reach out. You know, reach out and hold the tip of their hand like that and look deep into their eyes. That would be a nice thing to do. Hey, maybe it's just you on your own. Maybe there's a mirror. You can look in the mirror and go, hey, look at you, you bad motherfucker. You beautiful, because you are. Yes, you are. Thank you all for being here. An honor as ever. We'll be back. We'll be back very soon. Got lots of new music on the way. Got lots and lots of videos coming. Lots of wonderful things incoming to the Meaningwave universe just for you. Go back the JOCKO Vinyl campaign if you have not yet. Go get your JOCKO Vinyl. Observe the glory of the screen. Isn't that nice? That is nice. Link for the JOCKO Vinyl campaign is in the broadcast. Thank you to everyone who's helped us hit our first stretch goal. We've hit our first stretch goal. Everyone's getting gatefold vinyl because of you. Next one we're aiming at is 10k, at which point everyone will get a lyric book. Let's go get that lyric book. How about that? Shout outs to Popmon's grandma who taught him to play golf. Shout out to Tahani, who's at a wedding in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. Meaningwave exists even at weddings in Wisconsin. Love you guys. God bless.